taking Kentucky down 5-1. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bum, 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 bum. Good morning, San Antonio. It's the Morning Huddle. Rob Thompson and AJ Hoffman.
Howdy, howdy.
Good morning, Robert.
Welcome to football season.
What a day it is. The NFL preseason starts today.
It starts now, baby. Let's start looking forward.
I guess if you're a hockey guy, it starts tomorrow. Because
even Panther fans already perusing practice schedules and Dolphin.
I think Panther fan is essentially less racist Celtic fan.
Well, most of them are from Boston anyway, right?
I think they're New Yorkers mostly. It's funny, New York and Boston so close, yet Boston's so much more racist than New York.
Well, depends on where you are.
No, I think it's Boston.
You ever spent any time in Yonkers?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not saying there's not racist people in New York. I'm just saying, like, there's an overwhelming percentage gap between.
You're just talking about Charleston.
No, I'm talking about. I hate everything about Boston.
They're a progressive city. There's like 47 colleges there.
That's great.
Like one little pocket of.
Harvard.
And MIT, Boston, all the Boston U, Boston U, Boston College, Boston Tech, Boston Institute of Technology, Boston MIT,
blah, blah, blah. And then they say the N-word at the end of it. No, I generally don't like Boston, but you know what? They were the deserving champions, is all we can say.
Front to back, best team of the regular season. Led more games by 20 points in a season since Golden State, the last great team. This isn't a great team. This isn't a team for the ages. This is a very, very good basketball team. Second play of the game, second possession of the game, Boston Celtics passed the ball 5 times, end up with a layup from Jrue Holiday, and the game was over.
That was it.
At that point, the Mavericks looked around and went,
it was going to get.
Mavericks looked around and went, well, they're playing chess, man. we're in for it. And, they were just so much better.
Well, we'll talk a lot about this game today. I wanted to start, though. I had this story pulled up on my laptop, but surprisingly, I forgot my laptop on the way to work today. This is becoming an issue.
About leaving your laptop?
Yes. Once I was about 10 minutes late to work because I realized rather quickly.
Are you using your laptop at home, or are you just taking it in case?
No, I use it at home. Like that's where I prep. I pre-prep before I come here in the morning. Like I want to have some things to throw at you.
Well, we all do. It's just we have different methods. And I always take a computer home, but for the most part, it's in case. Like I need to do something back in. Everything else I do on my phone.
Well, your phone is also the size of like the Holy Bible.
But what are you doing on your? There's a lot of people that sit with their laptop in their lap and watch, multitask and do all that. And if you're that guy, I get it. But if you're just like, I'm not that guy.
I don't have it up when I'm like watching TV or whatever.
I know a lot of people that do. Like literally, their laptop is like with them all night long. And if you're
I'm not that guy.
But if you were that guy, you'd probably remember your laptop.
Yeah, but I just like to run through some stuff and prepare some stuff, and I pull up all the websites that I want to use, and I
used to be you, and then I started using my phone, and I just take my I leave it in the car. I don't even take it out of the car.
Well, it's gonna melt, Rob.
Well, there's garages and air conditioning and whatnot.
Oh,
but no, I actually do.
You're rich. I live in an apartment. I don't have that.
Okay, but it's by the door. I don't ever take it out because it's just in case. And if it's there just in case, I can see how you could forget it because, quite frankly, you weren't using it. But you use it. So it's on you, man.
I know. What I've got to do is get a little table That's
like just lay it in front of the door.
Yeah,
like I used to have to do.
Like I'm going to have a table right next to the front door with my keys and my wallet.
I literally have to stumble over it.
Yeah,
a table by the door is just like putting it in another room.
But if I put it underneath my keys and wallet,
there, that, you have to make it to where you can't leave without
I can't leave without my keys.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably leave without my wallet, but I can't leave without my keys.
The problem is I can leave without my keys.
How?
Well, I have, like I don't have to search for my keys because normally my keys are on my person somewhere, either in my purse, my backpack.
Oh.
And so I just go sit in my car and I press the button hoping. Like I think my keys are somewhere close.
That's a good idea. Maybe I can put my keys inside my laptop bag. And if I get to my car and it doesn't unlock, it's like,
bing.
Oh,
but you got to use your keys to get into your apartment.
No, I've got a punch code on my apartment.
Awesome blossom, you're golden. Problem solved. Next.
Okay.
We're moving along. We settled things on Tuesday.
Look at that. One thing
fixed. I'm so glad we're here this morning. And this is before my first cup of coffee.
Do you ever peruse Reddit?
That is AJ, that is such it is a sinkhole of time suck.
It is.
When I fall into Reddit. I love it. And I feel smarter sometimes or stupider. Well, if that's a better term for it.
I think Reddit is like in between the normal internet and the dark web.
Yeah, it's kind of like Wikipedia. Some of it's kind of pretty interesting. And you're like, this can't be real. But yeah, it's somewhere between regular and dark web. And there's a lot of desperate and different thoughts and ideas.
I was reading, somebody sent me a link and it was about a guy. It's like a loss prevention subreddit.
Or like a Substack on loss prevention.
Yeah, the guys who
I worked with some people in that industry for a minute.
Did you?
Yeah, in the retail side of things. Yeah.
Well, that's what this relates to.
Okay, I'd like to hear how overblown they're telling us that the loss prevention is, and giving us another reason to charge us more. So
no, well, this guy is on Reddit, and I mean Reddit. For those who don't know,
so is he telling how to do it?
Yes, he's telling people how to steal.
Well, the Kia boys told everybody how to steal a car.
Well, this guy is telling people how to steal cheesecake.
Go on.
From Costco.
Go on.
And he's like, I'm basically eating a cheesecake a day right now.
So is he taking a slice out and like pushing it back together?
No. He goes to Costco. And I mean, the internet is torn down the middle on this guy. Like,
I'm taking notes.
He's either a giant piece of garbage,
he sounds brilliant.
He is like, one guy called him the cheesecake joker. Like it's
like Robin Hood with cheesecake.
He's brilliant.
Okay, so step one.
Step one: go to Costco.
All right,
buy a cheesecake.
Buy cheesecake
with actual money.
Okay. Oh, so return cheesecake with bad taste.
No.
Okay.
Eat the entire cheesecake. Eat every bite.
Buy cheesecake. Step 2, eat cheesecake.
Now,
I'm with you so far.
Go back to Costco the next day.
Okay, step 2, back to Costco.
Go in with your receipt.
All right, receipt.
Walk back to the cheesecake section. Grab a cheesecake. Return said cheesecake. Get your refund. Rinse and repeat.
That's criminal. Sorry. Thanks for playing.
Well, I mean, I told you this was about a guy who's stealing cheesecake.
It's really not even that genius. This has been done 1,000 times before with a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a term inside the business for doing just that. Like something cool, like, oh, that guy's kite floating again. They got a term for it in the business, and I bet he's doing something with the receipt that they all know what it is.
He says, no way they can catch me, to be honest.
They can.
I steal from there every day. I know where all the cameras are located. I know where the loss prevention people are. Don't insult me by saying if I get caught. I never have and never will.
You're the Pink Panther of cheesecake theft. He's brilliant. He's got it wired.
I mean, this guy's
sliding in a ninja suit, hanging from the ceiling, rappelling off the wall when they close for his one free cheesecake.
And he said, well, it's just a glitch I found because it's completely legal. I don't think so.
I don't think it's legal. Have you ever done anything like that?
No, I told you before, I'm so scared of shoplifting. Like I used to do when I was a kid, I did lots of crime. Like you name the crime, I've probably done it within reason.
I don't want to get in. I don't know what the statute is from where you are. So let's not.
Okay. But
limitations 5-10 years.
Shoplifting? Nuh-uh. I did not want to get caught. I was too much.
Well, this is not
It's
shoplifting; it's receipt fraud, is what this.
Well,
is.
that's what the guy. So listen, this guy is so angry. A guy who works in the, I'm guessing he works at Costco, but he says this is obviously rage baiting, but this is not a glitch and is in fact illegal.
Yes,
we call it return fraud.
Yeah.
And then someone else says not just illegal, but a felony for cake. And the guy comes back and says, not rage baiting, trying to educate loss prevention on glitches that can and will be abused. I'm just man enough to admit that I'll continue to abuse this. And the guy says, it's not a glitch, it's return fraud.
It's return fraud.
We are aware it can be done, and it is abused. When we catch you, you get a fraud charge and not just a theft charge. I'm looking at our ORC task force's definition sheet. We classify it as return fraud, stolen merchandise, and just defined as criminals deceitfully obtain refunds for goods they never purchased. The perpetrator steals items from a store and later returns them, posing as a legitimate customer to receive cash or credit. This is a felony. I mean, there are people who are like, wow, this guy's a genius. And then there are people like, this is the worst thing you can do.
You think you're brilliant. That's the thing about watching the next generation come up is they all think they're having the idea for the very first time. And they're like, you know what? I found a glitch. No, you haven't. There's been 1,000 guys before you that did the same thing. Glitch. So yeah, good luck with that. We'll get you. You go to jail. And then you know what? When you're 50, you'll watch the other crew come out and say, you know what I came up with? So yeah, good luck with it. Get yourself a free cheesecake.
My favorite thing is people are acting like he's some kind of super villain.
Like he's Pink Panther, man.
Someone posted an old meme, or like it's not even an old meme. It's like from an old comic book of Lex Luthor.
See, yeah, arch criminal. Oh.
And he's like pulling he's pulling a cart, and it says, when no one was looking, Lex Luthor took 40 cakes. He took 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 tins, and that's terrible.
Fraud, no less.
It's fraud what Lex Luthor did. So this guy is basically the Lex Luthor of cake.
He's an accountant living a dangerous life.
And then there's another guy who's like, in high school, there was a kid that would steal cakes from the grocery store during lunchtime by just walking out carrying it. He would bring it to school and share with everyone. He was a hero.
That's truly Robin Hood right there.
That's different.
Yeah, that's an entirely different thing. I'm not even sure that's illegal.
Is that what it boils down to? Is it if you eat the cake all by yourself?
Well, if you're sharing it, then you're Robin Hood, and we applaud that.
If you eat it all by yourself,
and you're
a bad guy,
fraudulent criminal.
If you share it with others,
you're Robin Hood. You're
a hero.
You're Pancho.
That's amazing how just one little detail takes you from villain to
it's all
hero.
Perspective, really. Now, if you're the cake maker and owner, there's no such thing as Robin Hood. They're just thieves.
That's right.
But if you were the recipient of said.
But there is always that decision. Do I eat this all by myself? Or do I share with the others?
You know the old saying.
No.
Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered.
Oh, that's true. My mom made me a key lime pie the other day.
It was delicious.
And I thought about this key lime pie, and I was like, I'm sure it's really good.
It was.
But if I keep this in my refrigerator, it's going to be just me and my son eating it by myself.
It was a glorious thing, and I'm glad you shared.
And we brought that key lime pie to Rob's and shared.
Thank
you.
And it was Mama.
It made my mom a hero.
Worthy.
Made her a hero.
Key lime, perfect balance.
Now, had I eaten that whole key lime pie by myself,
I could have.
I would have been. My mom would have been a villain for giving me diabetes.
Well, there'd have been that, but she'd have never known. She didn't. You earned it.
Yeah, no, not really.
You brought it on yourself by eating the entire pie.
But I'm telling you, man, this guy now. Everybody is in this subreddit of loss prevention people is like trying to figure out.
I used to work in the grocery store business.
You're not figuring out who the guy is. That's what Reddit is all about.
Oh, they're trying
to find out who he is.
So like we'll dox him and send the SWAT team after the great Costco cake thief.
Have you ever seen the documentary on Netflix, Don't F with Cats?
I absolutely have.
They're trying to they think that they're that level. Like if you haven't seen it, have you seen this, Vic? So if you haven't seen this, it's about a guy who
chopped a guy
he
up.
Basically he tricked some guy into going into his place and he murdered him. And he was like bragging about it on the internet. Like he posted the whole thing on the internet, but no one could find him because he was like so well internet disguised. But then videos surfaced of him suffocating cats in those vacuum seal bags like kittens.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
See, that's the thing. People saw him kill a human and they're like, huh. Then he suffocates kittens and they're like, we're going to find this son of a bitch and we're going to bring him down. And no BS. They did.
Mm-hmm.
Like that crossed the line for people. These internet sleuths like found out, got to his IP address and found him. And now he's in prison for this murder. I don't know if he got cruelty to animals too. But these loss prevention guys are like, we're going to find you. Like they're Liam Neeson. We've got a special set of skills. I will find you. And when I do, I will hurt you and make sure you never steal a cheesecake again, ever.
Worthy of theft, though.
It's fraud, not theft.
Well,
fraud.
This theft first became fraud because of a variety of things.
So this guy's not an evil genius.
No, he is one in a long line of ignorant folks that will get caught and wonder why.
Yeah. I always wonder if people like that really believe they're not doing crime. And then when they do get arrested, they're like, no, but it's just a glitch. Like, are there people who really think that?
Well, what does the little man inside you think? What does the little man tell you when you
That's the thing.
Sneak in? Do you think you're doing crime? Or do you think you're doing good when you sneak in and know where every camera is? Do you think you're doing crime? What does the little man think inside of you?
If you posted this on Reddit, you know you're doing crime.
Yes, you already told us. I know where all the cameras are. I know every angle, but I'm not even sure if this is illegal. Yeah, dude, you've spent your time drawing diagrams of the Costco in your neighborhood, how to avoid cameras. I imagine they know who you are, bro.
Yeah.
You're there every day getting a cheesecake.
Who eats a cheesecake every day?
You're so smart. They haven't noticed. This dude returns a cheesecake every day. You don't think they noticed? They just don't care because it's just a freaking cheesecake. But eventually they're going to get tired of you and you're going to get arrested.
It is too many. It's too many cheesecakes.
Every day. And you're returning it every day. You're a criminal genius. There's so many people work at Costco that you can go every day. Oh, that's odd. That guy returned another cheesecake.
It's too many damn cheesecakes.
He's a brilliant criminal genius, though.
One every month, maybe.
Even then.
Well,
one a month. They go, that cat was here last month with that cheesecake.
The other great thing that's going on tonight, I don't know if you knew this, Rob, the Stanley Cup final is on tonight.
I thought all the primary, secondary sports were done.
No. The Oilers girl, the lady who got drunk and whipped them out.
We're all about her.
She's kind of exposed herself.
She's going to have to pull it out tonight.
She's planning on it. She's planning on bringing them home.
You know, you sacrifice your body for the team. I'm going to need to see on the glass. I'm going to need to see full on a nip on the glass.
She's like, anyone who's judging me for this, she gave him the double bird.
See that right on the nip. If you're really down for your team, I want you on the glass pointing toward the soldiers. You know what I mean? Owning them.
Although I think you can get kicked out of an arena for doing it.
I'm not sure that's illegal in Canada.
I bet they wouldn't kick her out anyway.
I don't think they would, as long as she kept some maple syrup close.
And Florida, there's no rules
in Florida. Labatt's.
There's no laws in Florida. Everyone knows that.
Well, there are laws.
Are there?
In Florida? Oh, yeah.
How come every story I read is about Florida, man? They can get away with anything.
Depending on what color you are, there's lots of laws.
Oh. Well, she's a white woman.
Well, she has her own particular set of rules.
There's no rules for her.
Well,
white women have no rules. Everyone knows. You're married to one, Rob. There's no rules for them.
They apply selectively. Anyway.
All right. Let's hit a break. When we get back, we'll talk about the Celtics, the 18th title, and whether or not this team is anything to write home about. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM. He loves sports. He loves talking about sports. And just like you, he's got a lucky jersey that hasn't been washed in 6 seasons. Or since the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl.
I want me some glory hole.
Poop again! He called the poop!
He's Jason Minix. Afternoons at 2 with The Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Free is key during Craftsman Days at Lowe's. Right now, get 1 free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of a V20 drill or impact driver kit for $69. Don't miss your chance to save on the high-quality, high-performance tools you need during Craftsman Days. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/19. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
GiveMeTheVin.com salutes Call to Adventure. The first American woman to fly into outer space, Sally Ride, was launched with 4 other astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger on this day in 1983. Also on this day, Give Me the VIN beat a CarMax offer by $2,000 on the greatest adventure vehicle on the market, a 2023 Land Rover Defender. It's not rocket science. You'll get more for your car with America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Visit a Twin Peaks near you and experience the best late night in the league. Today, tomorrow, or any day of the week. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textblend.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
Ready for the ultimate outdoor adventure? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has your chance to win a getaway to Telluride, Colorado. Your prize package includes airfare and luxurious hotel accommodations for 2, plus thrilling expeditions like fly fishing, kayaking, ATV rides, and more. And it could be all yours. Enter once per day at sasportstar.com. You must be 18 or older to play. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner will be chosen. Complete rules at sasportstar.com. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Enter now at sasportstar.com. All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control rental and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Celtics, for the 18th time, are your NBA champions. Yours, Rob.
They're forced upon us.
That's what you get.
They're the best team in the league, have been for like 9 consecutive months.
Yeah.
That's a worthy thing to say. But that's about,
I suppose.
It feels very Spurs-like. It feels like Spurs in 08.
You really feel like they're the best team?
Yeah, easily, man.
Like if they played 7 with the Nuggets.
They were the best team in October. They're the best team in June. They had the best record. Not since Golden State have we seen a team with more 20-point wins in the playoffs. They lost 3 games in the playoffs. They took on all comers. They won on the road. They won at home. They won when their best guy was having an off night. They won when both their best guys were having off nights. They go 7 deep. They are the best team in basketball. And I don't know if they could have beat a fully functioning Sixers or we'll never know, but that's how NBA.
I mean,
you're
right.
You hear Team of Destiny, that's what that was. When you Team of Destiny means somebody got hurt, something weird happened for you to win it. And that's just how it goes. They won it.
I guess I have a hard time with it because, and you remember when the Western Conference was just the dominant conference, when the days where all the good teams were in the Western Conference, and it was just like.
And I also remember back in the 80s and 90s when all the good teams were in the East.
For sure.
There's always been one that it's a knife fight to get out, and you just hope to survive to get into the championship. And there's always one side where you're the preordained champ and you smoke through and tune your game up and hope the rust factor doesn't kick in by the time you play the battle-tested but weary other side.
There was an era where it was like, oh, whoever wins the AFC is going to play the 49ers or the Cowboys, and good luck.
Yeah, so that's just, and we bemoan the fact, well, you didn't have to play the very best. Well, that happens every year.
But that's when I say, like, that like when the 10 seed in the West would have been the 4th seed in the East. So when you've got the best record and you play in the Eastern Conference, does that automatically make you the best team? I don't know.
And there's lots of call and always has been. Let's get rid of conferences. Let's just take the top 16 teams regardless and let's go to town. There's no East or West.
That's what the WNBA does.
And look how well it's worked for them.
That's right.
They're only $58 million in debt this year.
Well, the year's it's a year's young.
It's early. We could make it to 100 if we do it right. They could easily be 150 million.
They can lose plenty more money.
There's lots of different ways they could do that. No, that's just, I hate it as a Spurs fan who had to sit back and hear this every year. Well, you guys didn't even have to try all that hard. It's the West. It's just play the Lakers, beat the Lakers. That's all you need to do.
Well, that's all.
So to win a title is hard and you need breaks. And that's why we remember series like the Golden States or those ones where you truly do have 2 teams that either fought their way to get there and it continued the great teams that cruised through the playoffs and finally met in the finals. And that's why we remember those, because there truly was 2 great teams going at it. This was not the case.
Golden State and Cleveland, when they were meeting up, it was you knew.
Battle of the Titans, man. This was a legit top. This is a 5th seed in the Mavericks who didn't even know who they were until April.
That's why I'm like, how good is this team? I don't know.
In the pantheon of time, they're going to have to win 2, but you have to, unless you have a transient or a transitional star. You either have to have a star, it's his last on his way out to be remembered, or a star on his way in. And if you're not one of those, or you're not beholden of one of the pantheons, you just become a name on the list. I mean, you are, unless you win another, and then suddenly there's a little bit more.
And I don't think this team has a transcendent star.
No, not at all.
I think Jaylen Brown there was a lot of discussion about whether or not Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum should have won the MVP. Like, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't think it mattered. I thought they both played okay. I don't think anybody, I think back to the last couple of years, Jokic and I mean Giannis 2 years ago was like there was no doubt, there was no question who the reason why that series was won.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a guy like that in this series, but that's also not what the Celtics have been built around.
Exactly. I think they're more proud of that than they would be if they had an odds-on absolute winner.
They're more of that Pistons team that won, that beat the Lakers. I mean, they have more star power than that team, but it's not dissimilar. Like, it's everybody. I know they try to push Jason Tatum like he's a megastar. I just don't think he is. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's like a upper echelon top 5. He might not even be top 10 player in my mind.
Oh, dude, he is.
I don't know.
Absolutely is. He is. Yes.
Everyone is just all over this dude, and I thought he had an okay series.
You know what it strikes me as? This is a cat who, watching him through this series, who has accepted who he is. And I think he's decided in his mind, I was told that I had to be this forceful leader, that I'm so talented that I have to lead a team to the title. I don't think he's ever been comfortable with that.
You know what? He might be a top 10 player. He's not a top 5 player. And maybe what we've seen is him accept that.
Yeah, I think he's accepted. I am a great basketball player that needs help. And I got the help and I got a ring. I didn't try to take the lead. I took what was given to me. He shot at 38%, which it wasn't great in your eyes. I think it was fantastic, given the circumstances. I think he's a man in full right now who's accepted the fact that, you know what, I'm not going to be, nor do I want to be, the face of the NBA. I'm going to be a top 5, top 10 player, and hopefully put another couple of rings on my finger, and that will be enough. That will be enough for my posterity, for the greatness that I've achieved, and I will earn it on the court, and I don't have to do anything more. That's the way it struck me throughout this series, that this was more about becoming what he was supposed to be, and that's a champion on the Celtics. Well, other than that,
we're going to do some player stock up, stock down later in this program, and I want to talk about where Jason Tatum's at. You and I disagree on whether or not he had a great series or not. I think we should have a deeper discussion on that. Luka, another guy we're going to have a good talk about. Luka is saying he might not play in the Olympics now.
I don't blame him.
I want to get into this and see what kind of because in some of these other countries outside the U.S., it's almost like expected that you're going to. You almost have to. But he's in a position where he's like, I don't know if I even want to be in this anymore. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we will react to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Dallas Cowboys. Do they pay Dak? Do they pay Micah? Do they pay CD? Or do they blow the thing up? We'll talk to Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk. That's coming up at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th. So when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
Okay, we've got an hour to clean both cars. Grab the buckets.
Cool.
I picked up some 303. Their aerospace protectant is awesome. So we're going to try some of their other stuff. Grab me that bottle of wash.
Whoa, that smells amazing.
Yeah, that citrus is nice. Okay, now hand me the hose.
Hey!
I don't see a bucket yet.
303 Car Care. Driven by quality. Available at most auto retailers and Amazon.
Nigel, I'm going on vacation. Don't touch anything.
I won't let you down. Enjoy your time off, J-Dog.
Folks, it's good to take time off, but your home's plumbing and air conditioning, well, when they decide to take a surprise vacation or start working overtime, that's a problem. Call Quarter Moon and we'll get things back on track, working right and at a fair price. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Okay, team, I've supercharged the coffee machine. It's extra hot and dispenses 10 times faster. Allow me to push the button. Quick, call the plumber!
License number TACLA 88589E M16004.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent are required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
I can't believe this is real. We're finally doing our big fishing trip.
This is the year I'm doing everything I've always talked about.
Something's different about you. I feel like I'm talking to a whole new man.
Between you and me, it's Nugenix Total T that's making the difference.
Nugenix, the testosterone booster?
Exactly. Turning 40 and lower testosterone made it harder to find the drive and energy for the things that matter, like spending time with family and friends. So I tried Nugenix Total T.
That really works.
Absolutely. Nugenix is the reason we're finally doing this trip. It's why I have more energy for my family.
How do I give Nugenix a try?
Send them a text for a complimentary bottle.
Text GRIT to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text GRIT to 321-321. That's GRIT to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Indianapolis Star. Do you remember Greg Doyle?
Yeah, the creepy guy.
For those that don't remember.
Hi, Caitlin. Greg Doyle, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
I do that at my time, so.
Start doing it to me and we'll get along just fine.
According to longtime Indianapolis reporter Bob Kravitz, the Indy Star suspended Greg Doyle after that weird press conference.
I don't blame them. It went viral, as the kids say. So, I mean, everybody, it's like, dude, this guy's a creeper. Keep him away from Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
I like that you're here.
Just that year.
Just all of it.
I called out Caitlin.
Oh, that was creepy.
I like that you're here.
You okay?
I'm great.
Are you sure?
Fine.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Jaws theme.
The Gotham City edition.
Oh! Damn.
Need some orange juice.
This is you're talking about music that defines this show. Yeah. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Luka. Not sure he's going to play for Slovenia this summer or not. I don't want to talk about what's next, man.
He's tired, beat up. He's going to play.
Parade? He said, I've got some decisions to make. I'm trying to get a little bit healthier. We'll talk. We have interviews in 2 days, right? I'll give you an answer then. Slovenia.
I think it'll be prevailed upon him that his best interest would be to represent his country.
Slovenia did not qualify for the Olympics at the FIBA World Cup, but it still has another chance to do so. July 2nd through the 7th, there will be 4 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments around the world. And Slovenia's national team will be in Greece, competing against Croatia, Greece, New Zealand, the Dominican Republic, and Egypt for one of those final 4 spots.
Is Giannis playing for Greece?
I believe Giannis is going to play in the qualifiers. At least that's what Vasily Spanuli, the coach of Greece's national team, believes.
So their coach is Italian?
I think he is, actually. No, Spanulis, that's probably Greek.
I'm looking at the Slovenian national team. They kind of need him. just say that I get the sense it'll be prevailed upon him that it might be best for God and country if you come and represent the colors of Slovenia. I think the takeaway that he's beat up right now. And if I was him, I'd say, if you guys qualify, I'll show up at the Olympics. But you don't want me right now, because if you get me right now, you're not going to get me.
That's kind of the way I look at it. It's like, I mean, I know, because I think most people are looking at it the way you are. They're saying, well, what's the Slovenian national team if they don't have Luka? And it's probably it's not.
I guarantee you that's the case.
It's not an Olympic team. But does Luka want to commit to doing the Olympics? No, and let's face it, if you're not an Olympic team without one guy, you're not going to medal in these Olympics anyway. Like, there's some teams that have like some legit depth. There's some good teams.
Okay, but then there's he knows these guys. These are his boys.
Man.
And without him, they don't get to go to Paris. With him, they get to go to Paris.
Maybe.
So there's a little bit of bro code going on here too. There's a little bit of couple of dudes on the Slovenian team, like, come on, bro. How hard will it be? We're going to be playing the Dominican. We'll put you in there. Just get some buckets. Just get us there, baby. We're talking about a month
have
in
us
Paris.
beat Egypt?
I'm telling you, just show up, bro. You don't have to work too hard. We'll do everything. If you'll just go get 40, we get to go spend a month in Paris, bro. Come and play. What are you talking about? You're tired.
You know what those guys don't have?
Put some ice on and help me, Primoz and Igor and Vlade, go to Paris.
The thing is, those guys don't have to worry about next season and being ready to do this again.
This is bro code, man. Have you seen the sand volleyball team from Sweden? Let's go to Paris, bro. Show up. Get some buckets, man.
Dealing with the pressure of now getting the rest of the job done and making sure you're in good shape and making sure you're healthy. I mean, this dude was taking, I guess he had to take pain-killing shots, but in game 2.
Got a bruised sternum, whatever that lateral sternum.
What they call a thoracic contusion.
Chest bruise.
That's the I like to say thoracic contusion because it sounds like serious.
Is Goran Dragic, is he going to be on there? If Goran goes, just tell Goran to carry him.
Yeah, man. Just tell, hey, it's just like the days before I was here. Goran can do it.
I'm telling you, though, Ido Muric, Klemen Propelic, Ziga Dimec,
Luka,
they're all texting, Luke, come on, bro. It's Paris. Paris.
This is
Paris for a month.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what I tell my sons. These guys that you were friends with when you were a kid, most of them you're not going to care about in 20 years. Like, I hardly have any friends left from high school days. Like, I don't know. You realize as you get older. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying this is the reality of life. Is like as you grow as a person, like the people that you were sort of put into a position that you're forced into a friendship with as a kid, they don't always fit your life when you're an adult. Luka was forced to play with these Slovenian dudes who aren't good enough to play on his level. And now these dudes got a real job and like real life concerns. He can't worry about these guys.
This is his country. I appeal to his country. But if I'm Klimen Prepelic, I'm like, dude, Parisian models.
I'm telling you, listen,
come on.
I get those all the time.
I don't need you to do. You don't even have to go to the Olympics.
Luca's saying,
bruh, I need you for 3 days in Greece.
You know what Luca will say? You want the model? I'll give you model. Here, look at you pick one.
It's a month in Paris, bruh. Come on.
They're in Slovenia. They're in paradise already, Rob.
I think most Slovenians
look at this goat.
Would be very happy to spend some time on the Rue de Paris. Luka Rapinic, the 6'10" Slovenian, get a chance to go to Paris? You're telling me you can't show up to Greece for 3 days to help us beat Egypt? Get your ass on a flight. You don't have to go to Paris.
I don't know anything
Just
about
go to Greece.
I don't know anything about Slovenia. All I know is I think of it as Kazakhstan and Borat.
That's what I'm getting, man. And they're like, we got a chance to go to Paris and eat good food, and you're gonna live home after getting your ass beat.
This is my sister.
Let's get
my
Borat.
brother Bilo. He say you cannot get this. You cannot get this, and then he break cage and he get this.
You think Ziga Dimac is getting much? The countryside, the Slovenia country.
No.
Help him get to Paris, Luca.
No.
Help her brother out. Pull him out of the bucket.
Luca, do you understand what is in Paris? The women have 2 eyes.
2 eyes. And most of their teeth.
No, they all have full face. No missing. Nothing miss.
See?
That's it. Yeah, you make a good point.
Out.
You make a good point. All right, we'll be back. Wrap up hour number 1. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Texas weather this time of year means storms, wind, rain, and hail. You know, if you were hit with the recent storms and you think you have roof damage, don't make the situation worse by putting your faith in one of those out-of-town storm chasers. Work with a local roofing company with years of experience. Work with a company whose people live in our area and deal with the same weather we do. That's Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net. Buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hulu is coming in hot this month with new shows, new movies, and all new seasons of your faves. Don't miss FX's Clipped, the story of one NBA team's racial reckoning starring Lawrence Fishburne. Stream a new season of Shoresy, the underdog hockey team that might just knock your teeth out. Then catch the high-speed drama Ferrari starring Adam Driver and Penelope Cruz. Kick your streaming into high gear this month with so much new stuff to watch on Hulu.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, April Lancieri here from the Lancieri Auto Group.
And Danielle Gunter, Executive Director of Texas Yes, here to tell you about the Drive Away for Education raffle sponsored by the Lancieri Auto Group. Proceeds directly benefit Texas schools and students.
And now you can help by purchasing raffle tickets. The winner gets to choose a new Chevy, Nissan, Jeep, Volkswagen, or Kia.
Plus, there's a chance to win additional prizes through our weekly drawings, a shopping spree, or a gas card.
Get your raffle tickets today at TexasYesProject.org.
Winner responsible for tax title license and federal withholding.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
If you travel as much as the San Antonio sports guys travel, while you're on the road, be sure to take us along. Listen to the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star live stream anywhere on the Odyssey radio app. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Vic, screwing you guys.
Yeah.
I said, hey man, let's give these guys about a good 10-minute segment to close out the hour. And Vic's like, no.
Nope.
You got a minute and a half.
I blame you.
Me?
Well,
that's crazy.
You.
That's
you're popular and there's a lot of commercials.
That's absurd.
And
that's absurd.
Vic's back there eating strawberries. I don't know how he could have done anything.
Well, he's probably taking a dump again in the middle of the show.
Strawberries.
No, I didn't have yogurt today.
My my shortest story that I wanted to share with the people today is about this former Alabama linebacker.
What's his name?
His name is Terrell Lewis.
Mm-hmm. Is it Terrell or Terrell?
I think it's Terrell. 3rd round draft pick. He was this is back in 2020. He was with the Bears. I think he's on the Eagles now. He was on the internet yesterday.
So was I.
No, excuse me, on Saturday. OnlyFans model Mia.
Oh, he was doing that on the internet. Okay.
Posted an explicit video of a female chasing a male down a hallway in a hotel, a naked woman chasing a man that she alleges to be Lewis with the caption, "We got a runner."
So he was running from her.
He was running from her. And has now he has gone private on all his social media accounts.
Is he married?
That's a good question. I don't know. His most famous moment came when he in the 2017 college football national playoff championship game when Alabama beat Georgia. He sacked Jake Fromm in overtime of that game. I'm guessing he is married, which is why he would delete that. But that's an unfortunate.
I wonder what would have caused him to run in fear like that down a hotel room
from a hot naked chick.
Was she holding something? Was anything strapped to her body?
Ooh,
that might have.
In
the darkness, you're like, whatever, and then suddenly, you get a little nudge from behind. You're like, what?
All right,
gotta run her.
All right.
Is she crutching it down the hall?
I don't know.
Does she come running out of there hanging a towel?
It's not visible.
Well, I never pegged him for anything like that. I can tell you that.
Oh, I see what you did there. Regina Gel says AJ loves to do accents. I do. I don't. They're all the same.
Actually, I will say the Slavic one's the best yet.
You like this?
That's good. That's the best one.
We'll now go to break. When we come back, I eat goat liver and drink old milk, the best kind, like Vic like the yogurt. Morning Huddle.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the Pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your Pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy, and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. all the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Ready for the ultimate outdoor adventure? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has your chance to win a getaway to Telluride, Colorado. Your prize package includes airfare and luxurious hotel accommodations for two, plus thrilling expeditions like fly fishing, kayaking, ATV rides, and more. And it could be all yours. Enter once per day at sasportstar.com. You must be 18 or older to play. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner will be chosen. Complete rules at sasportstar.com. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Enter now at sasportstar.com. San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
The Boston Celtics raised banner number 18 in their win. They took Game 5 over the Mavericks 106-88. Jaylen Brown wins the MVP. Texas A&M advances in the College World Series, taking Kentucky down 5-1. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Regina Gel says, so you can't tell my name is Joe Reinigal with the two letters switched? I hadn't noticed that.
What? That was cunning beyond belief. That's like secret code. I didn't have any idea that Regina Gel was
So it's
Joe
not
Reinigal's switch.
It's not Regina Gel?
Genius.
Wow. Damn.
I feel taken advantage of.
Ginagel. Now I get it. Oh my! I feel so stupid. Why don't you tell me, Vic?
Marty.
You tell me you didn't know?
No, I knew.
You just wanted me to look foolish.
No, I thought you knew yesterday.
Oh, well.
Slipping us by like that.
Yeah, one thing you'll learn about me is I'm not really that smart of a guy. Oh, well.
And it does kind of come out. I don't think even Ginagel figured you were going to say Regina Gel. I don't even think he saw that. I think that he was being clever. I thought that I'll just switch the letters. And then when it all went together, it became true poetry. Because
Regina Gel.
Regina Gel is the most appropriate name we could have early in the morning.
It's what you put on your if you've got
gel.
If you've got the yeast.
That's
if you're smelling a little bready down there.
I'm looking at it and I don't even see Regina Gel until you push
really break it down.
You really have to. You have to have a mind working on a certain current.
You have to be a child. I'm a child, Rob.
Well, have you ever watched the Saturday Night Live where Alex Trebek, where and it's Sean, whatever his name is, the former James Bond dude, Sean Connery. Sean Connery always says the names wrong. He would have said Regina Gel.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have seen it. I would have seen Ginagel.
Well,
but Regina Gel is so apropos. We're pushing together.
We're operating on different levels.
We are. We're on we're in the spirit world. See the size of that chicken? We're in a spirit world. Join us.
We're a spirit world, dummy.
It's the probiotic yogurt sent me over the edge.
Boy, where do we go from there?
I don't know, man.
Where do we go from there? You know what? I've got a story. I'm in a fantasy football league where the last place team has to get
I'm too old for that.
A tattoo.
Man. Can't do it.
And the tattoo has to say loser.
So you can't do it.
And I know one of the guys has it on the inside of his forearm.
Can you be built into where it kind of says loser, but maybe it spells into a beautiful heart shape something? Can I hide it?
Well, we had a girl who lost, and she made a really pretty one on her finger.
Like looks like cursive.
There's like kind of flowers and
gotcha.
hearts, but it also says loser in it. And it's like, okay. And then there's a guy who has my favorite one is a guy who the O is his belly button.
See. Respect. Okay. Now, I personally would never
get
do
creative.
it, but you have to go creative because I don't want loser on my body at anywhere. I got enough A&M stuff.
But, oh.
I have to see. I'm going to go negative for the next couple of days.
You don't have any Aggie tattoos, do you?
I do.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, I can't show it to you.
Is it on your ass?
Well, kind of. There's a red ass saying.
What is that?
Your red ass.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not, I don't know. I'm lost here. I'm in the spirit world. You don't want to. You don't talk about. Is it a secret tattoo?
Well, no, it's not secret. It's just not apparent. I have my fraternity tattoo that you can see pretty evidently.
But you don't have like an actual Aggie tattoo.
I have an A&M on my body. Yes.
Okay. But I've seen you in swimwear.
It's around that area. Yes.
And I didn't see that tattoo.
No, you did not.
Wow. Look at you.
One day, if we're really close.
My buddy Chance Mock, who played at Texas for a little while, he's got a Longhorn tattoo on his ass, and like when they would wear the white pants, you can always see it because he didn't like to wear drawers when he played. So
you went too dark. You should have just gone with the outline.
Yeah,
so that he went dark on there. You can see it through. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
As an Aggie, and then I'm going to go dark and deep. I'm going to go photo negative for the next several days because there's no way in hell this baseball team's good enough to win a title.
That's right.
So it's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to accept the fact that they're going to lose right now. But getting a school tat like that, it always happens. You're there for just a little while and you get drunk and you go.
Okay.
It's one of those things. You don't get it when you're a senior. You get it when you're 18.
I've seen the Waffle House. Second day in a row we've mentioned Waffle House on the show.
It's delicious.
I've seen the Waffle House fantasy football punishment where
my nephew had to do that. 24 hours on a Waffle House. He had to do it.
And for every waffle you eat, it takes an hour off your time.
Something like that. He went ahead and spent a good 12 hours and documented it.
Did he eat 12 waffles?
I think that I paid as much attention as you do to someone doing something stupid like that, but it seemed like he was eating a fair amount of waffles.
Yeah, that'll hurt you, man. You think.
You know what? When I've never gotten in a league that had that kind of punishment, and I think there should be more of it. I just won't do it personally.
Well,
because I hate leagues when people quit, and there should be last place. You got to pay, man. It's hard to lose a fantasy league.
Yeah,
it's hard. You have to try almost, or the indifference is what loses it. So I get it, but I will never do it.
You won't be in one of those leagues?
I'm past that.
Or you would be in the league, and then when you lost, say, no, I'm not doing it.
No, I wouldn't. No, I would do it if I got in the league. I wouldn't back out.
But you would never get in a league.
I wouldn't get into it because, I've never finished last. I don't win all that often.
Yeah.
But I've never finished last.
Because
I think it's hard to
all you really
last.
have to do is pay attention.
And I appreciate that. But
Set your lineup.
But I would rather just stay up. All of us spend $150. And if you quit, I'll just take your money.
Yeah.
But normally, if there's cash involved, there's not going to be a quit. But even then, there will be. And I'd rather you quit and I'll take your money than the freebie leagues that, halfway through, they're like, I quit.
Well, this fella, Joe DeLeon, finished last place in fantasy football and had to sit in a McDonald's for 24 hours unless he can eat his way out of it.
Okay, how many did?
So every item on the menu had a number attached to it.
Awesome.
For time. Like you can take this many minutes off if you eat this.
Okay. I can put down some cheeseburgers.
How many cheeseburgers could you put down?
I bet, there was a time when I was going like keto. Now I'd have to eat the bread.
Yes.
But I could eat 6 cheeseburgers without the bread. So I'll say I could eat 6 in an hour or so.
You want to hear something disgusting?
Oh, I have a feeling, I'm a lightweight when it comes to getting out of time. All right.
When I was in high school, I could eat whatever I wanted in high school. I couldn't gain weight if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And as a wrestler, that was a good thing because I always had to I always had to manage my weight, but it didn't matter. Like I could eat whatever and it didn't matter. In those days, you could get the McDonald's cheeseburger for 69 cents. And I would sometimes order 10 or 15 cheeseburgers and just give them a $10 bill.
Yeah.
And I would get no fries, but I would just crush.
Well, we would, that when you're keto and you're just eating the meat, I mean, that's 3 bites.
Yeah.
And there's something about those cheeseburgers pretty damn good. I'll tell you that. So do we have a time value on a cheeseburger?
30 minutes per cheeseburger.
Oh, dude, I'd be golden. I'd be out of there in a couple hours.
Now, if the big ticket item is the big breakfast with hotcakes, you eat one of those, you get 2 hours knocked off.
So to get out, so if I ate 12 of them, I could go home.
12. Yeah, that's the math adds up. Well done.
IR and Aggie.
Now, here's where I think, this guy, when you sit down and you start your day in the McDonald's and you got 24 hours, I think if I saw this, my instinct would be, I'm going to do the big breakfast with hotcakes to start the day and knock 2 hours off right out the gate. I think that's a mistake.
You close out with that.
I don't even think you close out. I don't even think you bother eating anything like. I think you want as the least amount of bread possible.
That's it. No fries. As little bread and fries as possible. You want to get rid of those carbs. They expand.
So this the big breakfast with hotcakes comes not only with hotcakes, obviously, but also with hash browns.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many carbs. It's not worth it. The key is you want to get like the sausage burritos. The sausage burrito would be the breakfast item. It's 30 minutes per sausage burrito. Those sausage burritos,
they're about the size of
there's
a thick
nothing
pencil.
to them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You could probably eat a dozen of them and you'd be fine. But the key is to get whatever has the least amount of bread. McNuggets, for every 10 nuggets you eat, 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's not worth it. I can't eat that many nuggets.
I used to eat 100 nuggets.
Yeah, I can't.
100 nuggets.
That I'm not anti-McDonald's. I've always enjoyed McDonald's.
I don't know how
you never really liked McNuggets.
When you were a fat guy, you just couldn't eat that much.
I could.
Like, I feel like you're like, oh, I can't eat that much. It's like, dude, you were a fat person.
I was, and I could eat quite well.
But now you're saying you can't eat that much.
There's no way I could ingest that much. There's just I might want to. I had to take a part of a steak home in the last 2 weeks, which
that's embarrassing.
I know. I'm not proud.
And it wasn't your wife's?
No, it was mine. I mean, I had to take part of my steak home. There's things that there are little signposts in your life when you go, well, I can't eat this. Where you go, my God, what has happened to me?
Which, by the way, the more I look at this, you know where the way to do this is. So for the cheeseburger, it's 30 minutes. For a double cheeseburger, 45 minutes. Less bread, one more patty. I think that's the way to go.
I think so too. And it's also much more delicious.
Well,
in fact, in my mind,
more meat.
You know what, AJ? In my mind, I was thinking double cheeseburger from the get-go.
Well, I guess if you're doing the keto, you had to do that.
Yeah, that's in my mind. That's what I was getting when I said cheeseburger. I've never had just a single cheeseburger. I can't imagine how small that thing is.
What's your favorite breakfast item at McDonald's?
I like the sausage biscuit and egg.
Okay,
it's a little dry.
That'll get you 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's heavy, man.
Oh,
that's far heavier than a cheeseburger.
Biscuits, that'll fill you up.
But I do appreciate a good McGriddle.
A sausage McGriddle is my favorite.
Yeah, I do appreciate a good sausage McGriddle.
I think that, and I knew you would say that because that's basically what you eat. A blueberry McGriddle. Yeah, for lack of a.
I didn't put the two and two together till just now, and that's basically what I'm eating.
But does your pancake have like a tinge of syrup to it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest thing McDonald's ever did.
It really is.
I don't like McDonald's breakfast. Like, I'm not one of these people who like
those hash browns. You want to talk about how much would I get for an individual hash brown?
25 minutes.
Oh, see, I could put down several hours of hash browns.
Okay,
2 bites of those things. You talk about fat guy food. Those hash browns
that'll get you started.
My name, man. Those are so good. I'd order an extra one. I'd order the meal, and then I'd always order at least 1 extra hash brown, sometimes 2.
For every fillet of fish, you can make 45 minutes.
See, no, it's not worth it. I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. That's what the whole fish on Friday is one reason I never could be Catholic. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's funny because like
fish like that.
I love fried fish. I just don't like it at McDonald's.
I don't like it. I know you're right. I do love fish, but any fish that's in between 2 pieces of bread, for the most part, I don't want.
But I'm looking at fillet of fish is 45 minutes.
Not worth it.
A Big Mac is 45 minutes.
That's also not worth it.
So if you're doing the math, it's like filet of fish is way less filling.
Oh, yeah. You got another piece of bread on that Big Mac. You got extra carbs. And, you don't want that
and
at
a
all.
quarter pounder with cheese is 45 minutes. Why would you pick the Big Mac? He's got, but
insanity.
Yeah, it's a. Would you do this kind of a punishment where it's not a lifelong?
This one I find intriguing.
Okay.
I watched my nephew go through it, and he would, throw up on Instagram at hour 7 or whatever, and he's eating whatever. But it would, part of it would be just being in the McDonald's for 24 hours and seeing what transpired in that place.
So here's my idea. I think that we do this at the station, have a fantasy league, and I don't think we use McDonald's unless McDonald's wants to sponsor it.
I think this is a worthy challenge.
But we find a sponsor, and that's who we give value to their menu preseason. And
would they have to be open 24, or would you allow 12 hours?
It would have to be a 24-hour place. It would have to be. But like Whataburger's in the mix.
They are. There's
McDonald's is in the mix. Gyms could be in the mix.
A Frontier, Hasslockers, you hearing?
We're
here to help.
IHOP, you hear us? Taco Cabana, you hear us?
Taco Cabanas, we're here to help.
That's right. Oh, this is a good idea. And Vic would have to be in the league. Oh, man, Vic would have to.
Yeah. We'd have to go to some whole earth place.
On the bright side, Vic, you don't have to eat any of this. You can just literally sit in the McDonald's for 24 hours straight.
And he's done that several times.
Yeah.
That's how you got diabetes in the first place.
I eat a bucket of fries.
We'll go full circle.
So there you go. That may be the maybe a good idea for the old sports star to have a little friendly competition.
I think this is a good one. I don't want anything on my skin. I don't want to have to tattoo loser on. I'm just
Come
not gonna
on,
do that.
Rob. Big deal.
My mama didn't want me to put loser on my body.
Who's gonna see it?
But the eating in a restaurant, McDonald's,
you can do that.
Waffle House.
All right.
I think that would be fun.
All right. I'm still in my loser tattoo league. So if you see me one day, you'll be like, oh, why?
No, the incentive to stay in it. And like I said, you have to try to lose.
You really do.
I mean, it's hard to be the worst fantasy football player.
But it's not going to be me. But I love seeing people come up with new ways to get loser tattooed on them. The belly button was my favorite.
Yeah, see, ingenuity.
Yeah.
That's what it would take, but that's a big O for me. That's a big old There's a big old gaping O there.
All right. Let's talk about
a dollar and change in there.
Brandon Ayuk is
what's going on with
this? Feels overly dramatic. But maybe he thinks it's the appropriate amount of drama, but Brandon Ayuk's basically saying nobody wants me anymore. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star. He loves sports. He loves talking about sports. And just like you, he's got a lucky jersey that hasn't been washed in 6 seasons. Or since the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl.
I want me some glory hole.
Poop again. He called the poop.
He's Jason Minix. Afternoons at 2 with The Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
The best things in life
They come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text KICK to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text KICK to 42424. That's KICK to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textblend.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
Ready for the ultimate outdoor adventure? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has your chance to win a getaway to Telluride, Colorado. Your prize package includes airfare and luxurious hotel accommodations for 2, plus thrilling expeditions like fly fishing, kayaking, ATV rides, and more. And it could be all yours. Enter once per day at sasportstar.com. You must be 18 or older to play. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner will be chosen. Complete rules at sasportstar.com. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Enter now at sasportstar.com. You're locked on The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
He got me vlogging this shit.
Bro, what? They said they don't want me back. I swear.
Brandon Ayuk talking to Jaden Daniels. They played together at Arizona State. Jaden Daniels.
That's right. I was
before
trying
he
to
was at
figure
LSU.
the connection that it was an Arizona State thing. Okay, now I get it. I couldn't figure out why. Why is Ayuk and Jaden Daniels going back and forth? Is he trying to land there?
Yeah. Jaden Daniels was at Arizona State before he was at LSU.
Now it comes together. Okay.
Before he was a star. But Brandon Ayuk said they don't want me back. Talking about the 49ers.
Where is he on your
want
scale?
Me back.
Where is he on your wide receiver scale?
It's funny. Like, I think he's good.
Remember Robert Woods, Bobby Trees?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Bobby Trees. He's really good. Yeah. Solid. But I'm sorry, bro. You're not an A. You're a B. And there's nothing wrong with being the B. Just be that. And they don't want you. That's fine. You're about to make some money.
I mean, the idea that he's going to be paid. I mean, he's going to be paid more than Deebo Samuel.
He can return kicks. He's a multi-talented cat, but you're not going to ever get Devontae money. You're not going to get that money. You're not going to get Waddle money.
I don't think you're I mean, I guess he is a number one wide receiver technically.
Well, the sad thing is he will be paid like one on a team that probably can't afford to pay him that kind of
That's
stuff.
the thing.
You know what I mean?
I don't think that. I think that's what it is with the 49ers. And I think the reason why they're having this stalemate is, and boy, I normally side with the millionaires before the billionaires. But I think the reason why these guys are playing chicken is the 49ers believe that the reason Brandon Ayuk is in a position to get the contract that he thinks he deserves is because of the 49ers.
He's the fourth option on their team.
Yeah.
Fourth behind all-pro tight end, the best running back in football, and the biggest, baddest wide receiver going other than the top three. You know what I mean?
He's a hybrid, he's a running back / wide receiver.
And with the new kickoff rules, there might be even more to what Ayuk can bring to the game.
But I think the 49ers probably look at it as, we can find another Brandon Ayuk.
Yes, you can.
And if you go to Carolina, he wants to go to Washington, you go to Washington, I promise you, we're not talking about Brandon Ayuk being like this top tier wide receiver.
I think you're right. He's a volume dude. That'll be fine. I mean, I don't know. He's locked. He's in a bad situation. He is. And legitimately probably does feel left out. But sadly, you're the fourth option on a team that could imminently replace you. You probably, express your issues. But
I mean, I don't know that he should feel left out. He's like he's a 1,000-yard guy. He's a 70 catch guy.
Right.
That's like.
But he's fourth in not even fourth in priority on the offense. He's probably eighth. I mean, it's just, sadly, you're on a very talented offensive team where they can replace you and either enjoy the ride and go get a ring or do what you're doing. But
and that's the thing. Like, this is going to come up for Brock Purdy. Like, Brock Purdy's going to get to the point where it's like, hey, I've done this. It's time to get paid. And I really think Kyle Shanahan's going to look him in the face and say, you think you're going to do this somewhere else? You think you're going to have this success somewhere else? And I kind of think he's right. I think that a lot of these guys, I mean, I think Christian McCaffrey's obviously an exception, but a lot of these guys don't realize that the reason why the 49ers offense is so good is because of the dude over on the sidelines in the ball cap.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take away R.C. Buford lived for a long time because he found Manu. And Manu and Purdy seem to be kind of the same kind of finds. Like, wow, we found this brilliant gem. Well, it was a brilliant gem. You didn't make him. And to find another diamond like that, if you think you're that good, Kyle Shanahan, good luck. Because the NFL's functioned for 80 years trying to do that, and it doesn't. You don't just find another one. I think Purdy is far more than a system quarterback.
I mean, I do too.
Yeah, and I think Purdy would have a little bit more to stand on.
But remember, I mean, think about what Kyle Shanahan can reply with.
I think he's the best offensive mind in football. I do. But I've always fall back on Greg Popovich saying, how do you become a great coach? Well, you draft Tim Duncan and hang on for dear life. And I think Purdy has done far more than Kyle Shanahan could have just done with any average dude.
Kyle Shanahan went to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
And lost.
He lost with Brock Purdy.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is the epitome of just some average dude.
Well, you would think that you would learn that an average dude can only take you so far. And Purdy, Garoppolo, that was a strange one. This Purdy one, he's getting better.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think Brock Purdy's better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
But I think at the end of the day, players are always better than their coaches can make them. You know what I mean? So never great players win Super Bowls. Coaches help great players get there.
The other time, I mean, he also lost a Super Bowl, but I don't think it's a coincidence that when he was in Atlanta, Matt Ryan's the MVP of the league. They're in the Super Bowl.
And he can take good quarterbacks that far. That's 3 examples. I could take you that far, which is enough for a Cowboy fan. Holy crap, that's enough. But in the end of the day, It takes a superstar to do it. You can take them so far.
Yeah.
Your job as coach to take a good player to a great situation, but great players take you to the greatness.
But that's the question: is when Brock Purdy's time comes up or Brandon Ayuk's time comes up, does Kyle Shanahan say, "Listen,
I can find another one look just like
I can find one that can get me to the Super Bowl and lose. I got to find someone who can win it."
And I think he's got another 2 years, and then Purdy will then become Garoppolo, an expendable quantity.
Yeah.
And Ayuk has already done that. And there's nothing. The whole thing with this Braden Ayuk and Jaden Daniels was I couldn't figure out why those two were going back and forth. But the Arizona State thing now makes perfect sense. Guy's going to go make some money. It just won't be with San Francisco. And sadly, I think he'll be a lot like Marcus Smart and be sitting on another team watching his former team win a ring.
Well, and that's the other thing. I got news. You're not going anywhere yet.
No.
Because he's still under contract for a season.
He's going to try to get himself out now. Is what he's trying to do.
He skipped the mandatory minicamp. His fines are up. He's got fines right now on the books for $101K.
And you got to pay it. There's no discounting that.
But I think the problem is some of these guys, Brandon Ayuk's at the top of the list. They look and they say, "Oh, Justin Jefferson got this. A.J. Brown got this." And they think, well, that's what I should get. But those guys are just better than you, Brandon Ayuk.
And wait till CeeDee Lamb gets paid. He's going to think he's going to ride that train again, and he's not. There's a certain dollar value that you're going to get whether you sign it today or you sign it in August. It's going to be the same amount.
And Deebo Samuel, if you remember, Deebo, basically he got an extension a couple of years ago, but remember, he demanded a trade. He's like, I want out of here. The contract, like, we're not getting this deal done fast enough. I want out. But
different guy, different scenario.
See, I agree, man. Deebo's the kind of guy you say, okay, we'll make an exception for you. But I don't know if I've seen enough from Brandon Ayuk to think that.
I'll tell you though, for what he can do, there's like you just said, he'll end up making more than Deebo. He will.
He probably will. And I don't think that's right. I don't think it's fair. But
the market is the
market. The market is the market, man. I mean, Jalen Waddle's making more than, I think Jalen Waddle makes more than Tyreek Hill now. Or it's
the market is the market.
It is what it is. But yeah, I just think the drama is not helping him. And if I'm Kyle Shanahan and I know I've got a young, impressionable quarterback, the last thing I want is someone bringing more drama.
Yeah, not a lot of drama comes out of San Francisco.
No, there's just not much tolerance.
They'll cut you fast. Lynch will not put up with that.
I don't think so, man. I think it's because they always feel like they've got options because they've got a GM head coach combo that feels confident. Hey, you want to act up? That's cool. We'll find someone else to do your job.
Fred Warner normally puts things right in the locker room anyway. He'll fix it without any coach ever having to do anything.
It's nice to have that option. It's nice to have that option.
It's called an RPP, AJ. Them's that win get to do fun stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they haven't won it all yet, but it does feel like
you win enough, you get enough credit.
Does feel like
do you think 49er fan is panicking that Ayuk's putting Jayden? You think what if right now CeeDee Lamb was going back and forth with his quarterback at OU? Cowboy fan would be panicking, running for the hills.
I mean,
San Francisco say, yeah, go ahead and make your video.
Because what are the Cowboys going to do without CeeDee Lamb? Like, who are they going to throw the ball to? Which, by the way, we'll talk about later in the show. There's a story about under the radar Cowboys, under the radar players on the Cowboys to keep an eye on.
Please don't be third string wide receiver. If it's Tolbert,
there is a wide receiver on the list.
It can't be Tolbert. Don't feed us this line.
You know what? You're just going to have to wait and see.
Oh, please don't be under the radar.
That, my friend, is a radio tease.
Don't be Tolbert. Under the radar?
You know what? How about this? It's not Tolbert.
Good.
It's another wide receiver. So we'll talk about that later on in the show. But let's talk a little more Celtics on the other side of this. I want to discuss stock up, stock down on a couple of these Celtics players. And then later on in the show, I want to do some stock up, stock down on some of these Mavericks players. But we'll hit Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum next. And in fact, also, we'll hit some Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis stock up, stock down as well. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I got a question for you. Can you judge the value and importance of a McDonald's breakfast? Does it matter in your life?
Of course it does.
Well, if it does, maybe you need to talk with Dr. Jason. Dr. Jacob Torres over at the Institute for Functional Health. You know why? As a fat guy, I used to drive through McDonald's. I used to talk about the food that I ate all morning because it was the highlight of my day. If that's the highlight of your day, a McDonald's meal, your priorities are way out of whack. In all seriousness, sitting down with a Dr. Torres, he explained to me that days like McDonald's days can happen in your life. You're allowed to go eat McDonald's. It's not the end of the world when you have one. You don't have cheat days at the Institute for Functional Health. You have a lifestyle that you've chosen. Now, it's not the easiest thing in the world to jump into, but I'll tell you what, it will be the best thing you've ever done for yourself. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of waking up tired and going to bed tired and everything in between is all about keeping yourself mobile and upright just long enough to make it to the next cup of coffee, if that's your life, stop living that way. It's too short, and it's going to get even shorter. If the doctors are telling you or your friends and family are asking you if it's time to lose weight, it's time. And whether you failed or not, Dr. Torres has been successful with so many people just like you because he understands what got you there. And some of it might not be in your control. You might be dealing with a hormonal or underlying issue that will preclude you from losing weight. That needs to be addressed. That's why Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health have been so successful. They're primary care physicians. They handle all kinds of issues. Weight loss is just part of the healthy practice that they offer. It is the Institute for Functional Health. If it's time, give them a call. The number is 210-468-1891. Success with thousands just like you and me. I am a product. 80 pounds now, 8 years. If it's time, it's time. Call them today. 210-468-1891. Change your life. Thank me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we will react to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Dallas Cowboys. Do they pay Dak? Do they pay Micah? Do they pay CD? Or did they blow the thing up? We'll talk to Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk. That's coming up at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Bourbon and Brews is heading south for the summer, but don't worry. We're now introducing Twin Peaks Tequila and Cervezas. It's a fiesta every Friday at Twin Peaks with samples of our favorite tequilas and cervezas all summer long. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage with our proprietary AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit Robert.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
We're here with Jose Rios, attorney at the Gomez Law Firm. If you are injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, Jose, what's the first thing our listeners should do?
The first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google joegomezlaw.com.
Gomez Law has been protecting the people of our community for almost 50 years. They're the leader in personal injury law.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do carbon monoxide cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries.
But that's not all your firm does, Jose. Tell us a little more about other cases Gomez Law takes on and wins here in Texas.
Really anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
They're all on their feet here at the Garden. The coaches shake hands, Joe Mazzulla and Jason Kidd. The final 4 seconds tick away. Get ready to raise an 18th banner, Boston. The Celtics are once again the winningest franchise in the history of the NBA. It's an 18th title for the Celtics, the 2024 NBA champions.
Yay! 18!
That was a lot of words.
Yeah. Magic said it best. I hate the Celtics have more championships than us now. Actually, said officially have more championships. What, do they unofficially not?
I don't think they had any Les Miles vacations. Nothing was vacated.
No, I don't think so either.
Although I would take away a couple of those Kobe's just on general principle.
Oh, well, yeah. Boston Celtics. That was the final call from Mark Kestisher, or as Rob likes to call him, Chesty.
I meant Kesty. I'm sorry.
No, I like Chesty better. I love a Chesty announcer. A Chesty announcer.
I think his call kind of summed up what the Celtics are. It feels like he was trying to justify the Celtics team because the bona fides are there. I mean, if you just looked at the resume without meeting the Celtics, they were the best team all season long. They were picked as the best team when the season began. They rolled through the offseason or through the regular season. They rolled through the playoffs, and they rolled everybody easy. They were up by 20 points, and every game they won.
Yeah,
it felt like they dominated this year, and we still go, they're good. Yeah, that's a good basketball team.
And it's funny because you and I feel so differently about the way, like, for instance, the way Jason Tatum played. I thought Jason Tatum was fine, and you were like, oh, he was phenomenal.
He played because I don't judge Jason Tatum or any player just on their scoring and their shooting. Shooting is a thing that comes and goes. What did he do when his shot wasn't falling? What did he do when the double teams and the triple teams were coming? What did he do? Did he help his other team get better? Did he shrink into did he just pass the ball out and it become 4-on-5 on offense? Did he do too much? And what he did was he filled the void. When they came at him triple team, he dished. The assists were up. When they let him go, he didn't hit every shot, no, but he managed to shoot 38% with double team face every kind. They were not going to let him beat them. He became a man in full. This is a guy who understood his place in the world. And I think Jason Tatum previously, the guy that lost game 7s, tried to do too much, did more than he was capable of. And I think once you realize the maximum of what you're capable of and then add 10%, that's it. And I think he's found that. And I think the walkaway was, yes, Jaylen Brown, it was the most valuable player in this series, but Jason Tatum made him that. And he can go to bed tonight going, but for me allowing him to do that, and he did. He passed when he needed to pass. He dropped the dimes required. And you know what it did? It lessened in the eyes of some, but those that watched, dude, that was world class. He did everything he was supposed to do, and he's not going to get the credit.
I don't know.
And he shouldn't.
I mean, it's one of those things we expect the star players to play like star players.
And he did. He starred. Now Brown scored more appropriate and did some more things. Absolutely he did. But he allowed him to do that. Jason Tatum could have easily gone Luka on this. Easily. And we wouldn't have been mad at him. You're the superstar. You're trying to be the player of the league. You're supposed to be the face. Go shoot the ball 30 times and win it on your own like Giannis did and like Steph did and like Joker did. But no, he didn't do that. You know what? You're triple teaming me. I'll bounce pass it off and let Jalen go get 30 tonight. And I'll shoot when it's appropriate, but I'll have 12 assists. I'll have 13, 14 rebounds. I'll make sure I occupy a couple of defenders to allow these guys to go do it.
I think shooting 38%, led his team in turnovers. Like, I think those are the things that there was good with the bad.
Absolutely. But
I'm not saying there wasn't any good, but because they won, people just say, bad stuff didn't happen. And I think that's kind of the way it should be. Like, there's no need to nitpick it. Why
weren't you great? But that doesn't lend itself to the storyline of greatness. You know, this is a very, very good team staffed by very, very good players. But there's not a transcendent guy. As good as Jaylen Brown is, he ain't even Anthony Edwards now. Anthony Edwards has bigger Q rating and more expectation than he is. This is a very, very good team. It's the Spurs with an average Tim Duncan that, you know, they just destroy you, but really with not a whole lot of anything. We're going to go into next year and for the Celtics to have any kind of longevity, for us to think of them anything more than the last time the Celtics won, they're going to have to win too. And I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think they are either. I think this is a good team. I don't think they're particularly special.
Detroit, you brought up Detroit, the 04 Pistons. Was it the 04 Pistons?
I think it was 04.
They very much remind me of them. Compelling guys. I mean, guys that we will talk about in the future. But really, when you think of Sheed Wallace, ball don't lie. You think of, couple of guards. You think of some tough defense. But
Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, I mean, a couple dudes. Good, really good team. Greatness? No, not really great.
These guys there's more star power on this team than there was on that team, but it feels very similar to me. It feels like, but the difference is, you know what the difference is to me, and the reason why I like that Pistons team more than this is, they beat the Lakers, and no one was supposed to beat they were the underdogs.
Yeah, they were tough as nails. They were, but to put things back in perspective, we're talking about a Celtic team that did this in the playoffs, essentially without Porzingis.
Yes.
I mean, they did this minus. I mean, it's a pretty tremendous accomplishment because...
Oh, my God. That's the other thing, though. They did without, their fourth best player, but...
Some would argue their third.
Okay. Then the idea that Drew Holiday is your fourth best player, if you're not winning, there should be an uproar.
Truth.
If this team had not won, it would be way more telling than that they did win.
We would have said Celtic went on in Celtic, and Jason Tatum became who we thought he was, a front runner.
How do you lose with these guys? And I mean, the truth is that, if Derek White is your fifth or sixth best player on your team, I mean, he'd be the third best guy on the Mavericks.
Yes. Think about what the Mavericks would have been with a guy like Wright or Holiday, for that matter. And those are the bit part players in Boston. This goes to show how good they really are. And we might take more of an appreciative look at them next year when we realize how cohesive and how good they really were. But right now, you can't help but go, well, you didn't have to play Embiid. And, you got guys with the Pacers that were hurt and stupid calls. It seems easy. It seemed like you had an easy road.
You avoided Giannis.
And there's no such thing. It wasn't easy. Shoot, they had to get through. The East was a knife fight. It was. It wasn't a great knife fight. I mean, there weren't great teams, but Miami was tough.
But Miami didn't have Jimmy Butler.
I know, but that's a tough team led by Spoelstra. Remember, we talk about the Heat mentality. They don't go down easy. I mean, it wasn't the hardest run in history, but I'll tell you what, it was impressive as hell.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I think they're good. I just think they're nothing special. And had they done this before, I'd be more willing to overlook the the gimme path.
Right.
And they should have done it before. That's the other thing. It's like
game 7s lost at home.
And I know we should, and my mindset should be to celebrate a team that's been knocking on the door and finally gets there. But instead, I'm like, okay, why didn't you do this before? If you're so good, why did it take having everything laid out perfect for you to do it?
They had a general manager that was willing to continue to try.
Yeah.
They went and Marcus Smart, and you talk about a guy who should be putting on a ring today. He still feels like a Celtic, and he's been gone all year. That poor guy, but it had to be done. And Drew Holiday, you went and got that championship DNA, and it worked. That guy brought it, and he taught them how to do it, and they did it.
Yeah.
I mean, well done, Brad Stevens. As much as Missoula,
I mean, Brad Stevens is the best guy, and he's the best. He is the best, I think. And the idea that's one thing I do give credit to the Celtics. Not even just the team, but the franchise for is. I mean, outside of Tatum and Brown, this has been sort of a rotating cast, and they're never getting weaker.
Well,
they're never like they always seem to be finding someone. You lose this guy, okay, we'll just bring in this guy, and they keep finding guys and. To swing the deals to swing that deal that they did for Derek White. It's like how I don't know. In hindsight, they certainly won that.
I think that's worthy of discussion. The monumental talent escape with Derek White and the trade that Pop allowed, because I mean, as good as the Spurs intend them being, and the money they're about, they won't bring in a guard the quality of Derek White. They just won't.
What if they get a Darius Garland?
But Derek brings. There was a play in the first quarter, and they were playing basically with 3 guards, Tatum and Brown, and 3 guards running around him. If you include Holiday as a guard, the defensive presence that he brings is so interesting, and his defensive presence is in 2 stages. He plays defense in between the free throw lines as good as anybody. He slows the flow down. He's just this nuisance. And he wolfed, that's a basketball term. He wolfed Luka. He took his from behind. He tipped the ball away early in the game when Luka was trying to, probe the offense, and Derek just kind of stuck his finger in it and stole it. There's not a lot of guards that see the court the way that he does in between the free throw lines. It's fun to watch him. The talent drain is about to happen in Detroit because Derek White deserves a whole bunch of money. Drew Holiday is going to get a whole bunch of money. Everybody involved with that team is going to be, courted now. It's going to be hard to hold this team together. And I can't wait to see Derek White make free agency. Maybe we can bring that guy home.
It's wild to think at the time, it seemed like the Celtics were the ones who were getting fleeced in the deal, is like what the media was saying. It's like, how could you give up Josh Richardson?
Which he was a worthy dude. He was a good guy when he came to San Antonio, but the poor guy got sentenced here.
Yeah. Romeo Langford. And then, what was it? 2022 draft pick? Who was the draft pick?
I think it turned into either Blake Wesley or Malachi, one of those 2.
Oh my God. What a brilliant trade for the Celtics. They gave up nothing. Like they get in the grand scheme, none of those guys were needed for the Celtics to keep being good.
No,
and they got a guy who, was a legit piece. Would Romeo Langford have ever seen the floor in this series?
No. Romeo, while being a very good college guard, was not an NBA. He helped for this. I mean, the Spurs aren't in the position they're in today with Wemby if Derek White is still here. I
agree with that. Yeah.
So I understand their strategy, but I know Pop always talked about George Hill being the one man that was the deal that he just hated doing. It got Kawhi in the building, which see how that turned out.
And Blake Wesley is who it was.
Yeah, it was. And the idea of having to move Derek White, it got Wemby in the building. But man, the pain of giving up a guy who has turned into a legitimate NBA guard worthy of all-star consideration, and he's going to be on Team USA.
Jeez. And what the Spurs get for Josh Richardson when he left?
Nothing. It was an expendable contract.
Okay.
That was the whole idea. And Josh, he brought a little bit of maturity to the team and really did help on a very bad basketball team. He was one of the few guys that really kind of understood the process.
But think about this: whose minutes would Josh Richardson have gotten in this series if he were on the team?
I think there was some. He certainly,
Housers,
maybe, but I think his original team, the Mavericks, would have much rather have had him than the Celtics. He could have certainly helped.
Now he certainly could have helped them, but yeah, it's funny. It's one of those deals. Like in hindsight, it's like the Celtics gave up a bunch of things they didn't need and got a guy who was like.
Well, you had two geniuses talking to each other, and both of them knew exactly what they were doing, and they met in the night and did exactly what they needed to do. They got Derek White there, and the Spurs exited talent and.
If the Spurs don't win the draft lottery, though.
It's a lot of things had to go right, or it would have looked like a fleece. Like, oh my God, you gave Derek White away for a bag of beans.
The Spurs would look like dummies if they hadn't won that draft lottery. That's just a fact.
And as I blame that was a Popovich move. That could have easily blown up in his face.
Yep. All right. Next out. First of all, I want to talk a little bit. We're going to have more NBA talk, and I didn't even get into the stock up and stock down. We'll make that one segment, I guess, where we do all the players that I want to talk about. But I do want to talk about this Aaron Rodgers thing. There's more news coming out about why Aaron Rodgers. Remember Aaron Rodgers had an
event.
He had something that was pre-planned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think it was a planned drug use event.
Was he doing some of the sacred buttons?
I think he was. We'll talk about that next. It's
spirit world.
Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Spirit Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey everybody, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks. It is my game of fun and fantasy, and it's time for the excitement for summer sports to begin. And I say the best way to take summer sports and have the fun with it is to take it to the next level with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. A community of over 5 million players. If you're not a member, I promise you know one. Prize Picks, it's about more or less. It's about playing the things that you know. You can make Prize Picks a daily game, a weekly game, do whatever you like, and you can do it fast. You can turn $10 into $1,000 in just a couple of seconds by playing Prize Picks. So get ready to enjoy the fantasy games that you love with the app that is available. And here's the key right now. If you use the code ALAMO, that's ALAMO, you'll get up to $100. Enter the code ALAMO at the Prize Picks app on your first deposit match of up to $100. You know the games are there. You're a fantasy player. Play them the right way. That's Prize Picks. Alamo today.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textblend.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
Ready for the ultimate outdoor adventure? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star has your chance to win a getaway to Telluride, Colorado. Your prize package includes airfare and luxurious hotel accommodations for two, plus thrilling expeditions like fly fishing, kayaking, ATV rides, and more. And it could be all yours. Enter once per day at sasportstar.com. You must be 18 or older to play. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner will be chosen. Complete rules at sasportstar.com. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Enter now at sasportstar.com. San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
The Boston Celtics raised banner number 18 in their win. They took Game 5 over the Mavericks 106-88. Jaylen Brown wins the MVP. Texas A&M advances in the College World Series, taking Kentucky down 5-1. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We roll on towards Small Thursday.
Well, depending on how you celebrate.
We're going to take the day off tomorrow.
Yes.
To celebrate Juneteenth. This will be my first time ever.
Mine too.
And listen, this is I want you guys to know. Rob and I wanted to work.
We were told that you have to take.
We don't have an option here, friends. Management, higher ups are saying no. You have to take it off.
So you guys that are sleeping in, you can go ahead.
And I said, well, why do we have to take it off? And apparently it's because Edwin works on our show. Yeah. And they said, you have one black guy on the show. It's required. They didn't really say that, but I think that's kind of I think they said it without saying it.
It was kind of an added bonus.
And
having Edwin around.
I hear Edwin said, I'm taking the day off no matter what.
Well, he was already going to be off.
Well, yeah, like because of Juneteenth.
So now he gets time and a half.
Yeah, this is a big day for Edwin.
Yeah.
This is a big day. This is a white guilt day for Rob and I. This is
I'm guilty for a lot of stuff.
Yes, you are.
Not really.
Well,
due to my skin color.
Yeah, no, but I
feel guilty for a lot of things.
You have to carry a certain amount of white guilt.
I carry a fair amount,
but we'll
lack of rhythm and things like
that. Yes. Oh yes. You know who doesn't feel guilt?
Well,
he doesn't feel anything. Aaron Rodgers.
He's a psychopath. So yeah.
He feels nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I feel nothing.
He feels nothing.
You know what he does feel? He feels open.
So, okay.
He feels enlightened.
Let's put ourselves in the... I'm remembering the day that he had off. So it was the first day of mandatory practice. And Saleh walked out, and he was furious. You know, like, where is Aaron? Well, Aaron had like a prearranged something, and he is being listed as... He gave the techno term, which meant it was not an excused absence.
Yes.
He knew the absence was coming, and he made it a point of saying, by the league rules, this is not an excused absence. But he didn't say what it was.
An event that was very important to him.
And he said to him and his guys or something like that.
Well, I think it turns out that event that's very important to him is basically going and, licking magic frogs in South America and expanding your mind, man.
Down there licking some frogs and looking at defenses.
I don't think he's looking at defenses.
Well.
Albert Breer, NFL insider Albert Breer says he says, the best I can answer right now is that I feel solid about is that he is somewhere that the Jets could not excuse and maintain credibility with the rest of the locker room, but would not be an out of left field thing for Aaron. So you guys can open your mind, so to speak, as he's been known to open his mind sometimes into all the possibilities. So basically what he's saying, and NFL insiders are speculating that he is at an ayahuasca retreat in either South America or Europe. Are you okay with, like, I guess everybody's got their own reasons for missing, mini camps. Like, oh, I've got a contract dispute, I'm going to miss this. If it's worth 6 figures worth of fines for you to go, again, lick frog ass and become a shaman, or whatever
man,
he's trying
if
to do.
it's clearing his brain and he's getting himself centered for football, I don't have a problem with
it. Yeah. I think I'd just rather my quarterback not be into hallucinogens.
I have a tremendous problem with it. Are you kidding me, dude?
This is not what.
Are you kidding me?
It's not what serious guys do.
It is not. That's exactly how you put it. This is not what serious guys do. You could have done this next week. You could have done this last week. But you chose, of all the days, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, the first day of mandatory practice. Now, I can't help but think this is a little bit planned. Like, you designed this so your name would be in the news.
Well, Diana Rossini of The Athletic, she said that Rodgers, quote, didn't want to reschedule his vacation around the Jets practices. I mean, it's kind of your employer. If they say, hey, this is the time you're supposed to work, this is the time you can take vacation.
Dude, are you kidding me?
It's just,
I'm holding out hope that the Jets are going to be successful.
I'm not. I want them to fail.
I want them to be successful because I think it'll be fun.
No.
The circus that the Jets could bring, especially if Aaron gets hot, I mean, it could be a fun ride.
I want them to look back at this and go, why did we think this was the answer?
It'll end in ultimate sorrow. I mean, it's not going to end well, but I want the party. I want the circus. I want the Jets to win 4, 5, 6 straight games. I want Aaron going Aaron in every possible Aaron way. I want the week off for him to jet out into the Amazon to take another frog licking expedition. I want all that. I think that the league will be a lot more fun for it. But for that to happen, I need a healthy, coherent Aaron Rodgers. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get that when you're scheduling this on the first day. It's not like he needs to practice.
I don't want to reschedule around. I've got some stuff going on, man.
It's not like he needs it. I agree. You don't need it. We're talking about practice for Aaron Rodgers. I get it. But you scheduled it today?
Just seems weird, doesn't it? It just seems weird.
And how often is this necessary? It's kind of like when you go get a steroid shot, and the first one, it holds on for about 8 months.
Like
testosterone.
And
the second one lasts for about 6 months. Is it this kind of thing? So he gets cleared like medically for about a month now. It clears his skull.
I think it's like testosterone. He's got to go in every 2 weeks and get a booster.
Little booster so he can continue having.
Like, why can't you just get ayahuasca delivered to your house?
Well, you think that you could have that favored in.
Like, have a shaman come to see you.
You can stay in the spare bedroom.
Yeah,
that? Well, that's my
deal.
shaman.
Yeah, that's
my team doctor. In a loincloth, barefoot.
I don't know, man. The Jets are one of these teams. I don't get it with the Jets. Everyone seems to think that this is the time.
Well, we want them to be fun.
I don't. I want the Jets to fail.
They've already failed. We've had enough of that.
This isn't embarrassing enough. I want them. They hired a quarterback who's prioritizing ayahuasca retreats.
Don't you want that party for 10 days, 10
No.
weeks? Why? Why we want the ultimate explosion. We want the Jets to go down in flames in the first week of the playoffs. That's what we want. I want the car wreck. I want the monumental crash that ends a career. That's over an embarrassment. But to get there, I need a modicum of success. I need a little bit of a run there in the AFC.
The New York Jets win total is 9.5.
Oh, I want 12. I want 12 wins and a playoff bye so that it can just collapse upon themselves and a home playoff game. That's when we achieve ultimate success.
Since 2010, when they lost the AFC Championship to the Steelers, the Jets have had a total of 1 winning season since 2010.
See, you want to impress me? Go win some games. You can lose. We know how you're doing that.
And their win total is 9.5. I think that's why I want it to fail, because people think Aaron Rodgers is still like this dude who can just be a savior. And I think Aaron Rodgers, like the last I saw Aaron Rodgers, he was like probably a below average NFL quarterback, like a starter.
I think there's more in the tank.
He's 2 years older, coming off a major injury. Like, why? If his name was anything else, we'd be like, yeah, he's washed.
As an old guy, I want to see a modicum of success.
Not me. I want to see. You know what? The truth is, I just don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think there's a certain amount of that. Well, me too. But I want to see you.
But you want to see him win. I don't.
Fail magnificently. I mean, go out in flames.
I want Aaron. I want this smarmy, like. I just think he's a fraud and like a huckster. He's like a snake oil salesman. He's like,
yes, the Cowboys. Dez caught it.
Except
he fell ass backwards into the title. Dez caught it. So I believe me, I have a fair amount of ill intent toward Aaron Rodgers. But I want it to be a monumental collapse.
If Dez had caught it, Aaron Rodgers would be James Harden. He'd be a guy who's put up a bunch of numbers in his career and never won a damn thing. I don't know.
So no, long-term revenge is still there, man. I don't hold him in any great esteem other than I want this circus to be crazy.
To me, I want them to be 2-12 and like say,
so just another year.
I think we have to bench Aaron Rodgers. Like, that's what I want.
Well, that would be the other. Okay, I'm with that too. I want it to be to the point where they're looking at.
I want
Gardner Minshew or whoever the hell they can bring in.
I want Robert Saleh to get fired.
That's a good man.
No,
Robert Saleh is a good dude.
Beat it.
Come on, really?
Win some games, dude. Win some games.
I think he's a hell of a defensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah, he's a hell of a defensive coordinator.
And he'll be doing that soon enough.
Yeah. 3 years in, he's averaging 6-11, and it's like, oh, this guy's a coach.
Look what he did with Joe Flacco. He's a genius.
Yeah. That's what, you know what I really want? I want Jets fans by week 12 to be clamoring for Joe Flacco. God, that would be glorious.
Who's the Jet fan with a fire hat?
Fireman Joe.
Well, I want that guy with a Flacco jersey on by week 8.
Oh my God, how glorious would that be? If they say, you know what, Aaron, go fly back to Peru and, you know, put that turtle head in your mouth or whatever the hell you got to do to get the ayahuasca, and you know, let playoff Joe take over, elite Joe Flacco take over, and bring us to the promised land of 5 wins.
Well, he'll be about as mobile.
Yeah. Who's more mobile? Aaron Rodgers on a 3-day ayahuasca binge or Joe Flacco?
Depends on who Aaron's running from or what Aaron's running from. Joe Flacco's a mobile dude, man. I can't get over the fact that we want the circus. I want the Jets winning a couple of games. I want all that goes along with success in New York.
I want him to overdose on hallucinogens to the point where one day in the huddle he has like a break, and he like looks at his hand in the huddle and he's like,
see, that's the next question, right?
What the hell's happening? Like his hand's turning purple and like
because
blowing up like a balloon.
I took a psychology class where the premise was if you study for something or you prepare for something in a certain frame of mind, when you do that thing, you need to be in the same frame of mind you were in when you were practicing. So it's the practice how you play kind of attitude. Well, if he continues on this, it seems more and more consistent ayahuasca. At some point, he's going to have to play on it. At some point,
it's going to be like Doc Ellis.
Get to the point where Doc Ellis went and pitches a no-hitter on acid. I think Aaron Rodgers, in his mind, thinks, at some point, I'm going to take this stuff. I want to go play a game.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be like, he's going to drink some peyote-infused Gatorade.
He's going to have that one weird Gatorade. So it's not even going to be a Gatorade bottle. It's going to be in some kind of weird ceremonial cup where the ball boy's going to run out. He's going to drink it real quick and rub some blood on his face and go back in there and call some plays, baby.
He's going to look down at his hand, and it's going to be the hamburger helper oven mitt with a face.
We're going to
be like, let's win this thing, Aaron. The hamburger helper thing is going to be talking to him. He's going to be like, where'd you come from, hamburger helper hand?
To be taking on the Toon Squad is what he's going to be doing.
And then he's going to throw the ball, and the ball is literally going to transform into a rocket ship.
And I wouldn't.
And it's going to fly out of the stadium.
I haven't put it past Aaron that he hadn't already done this.
Damn right, I've done it, Rob. I've done it all.
That special Gatorade bottle. Telling you.
What a dope.
He's going to do it.
I want this dude to I want him to fail.
Does the NBA have a current ayahuasca testing process?
I don't know that you can test for it, to be honest. I mean, I think you can test. Like, you can test for a lot of drugs, but I think it's in the same vein. It's a drug you'd have to do like a special test for. And the NFLPA is not going to do that. I can't imagine it stays in long. Not that I know anything about drugs. Most hallucinogens don't stay in your system long unless you do like a hair. The only way to really find out about them is if you do a hair test, and the NFLPA is not going to let you do hair tests. It's too much. I mean, the fact that he's flaunting it, like, he's not getting tested. Like, Roger Goodell knows that Aaron Rodgers is in the jungle right now with a frog ass on like in his mouth.
Kind of liking the idea.
I don't. And this is the guy the Jets think is going to like finally bring him to the promised land.
AJ. Sometimes, if what's the definition of insanity?
I swear to God, Jets fan is the most
over and over.
Jets fan is Aggie, is what they are.
No, they've done opposite. They went non-Aggie. They went and got an ayahuasca peyote button chewing quarterback that's 40 years old. This shouldn't work at all.
Well, who's the best quarterback the Aggies have ever had?
His name is Ryan Tannehill.
No, it's John Football, who was
that guy
coked out of his mind.
That's
how
right.
You win football for Texas A&M.
That kind of stuff and some illegal autographs.
Yeah, listen, man. I Jets fan every year is like, this is the year. It's finally happening. I don't want it to ever happen.
Last time it happened, they had a dude wearing pantyhose.
Yeah.
Now they got a dude showing on some sacred cactus buttons.
I want the Jets to be
hosting game shows.
I want the Jets to be the Cleveland Browns. I want them to never even be able to take a breath. I want them to just live a miserable life.
Your Buffalo Bills showing.
Maybe
hanging
it
out
is
all over the place. It's just flapping in the wind.
I just want them to, as long as they're doing things like this, like as long as you go out and you sign Deshaun Watson, or like even knowing everything you knew about
that's Cleveland.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That, like, to me, getting Aaron Rodgers at this point and saying this is our savior is such a comical thought that I just want them to, like, I want Jets fans in 5 years to go, I can't believe we thought that was going to work.
I think they're already saying that, AJ. I think we're already there.
Dude, I know a guy, his name's Jake Asman. He used to work.
I know Jake.
He is like a Jets super fan. He does a Jets podcast.
Long Island.
And he's like convinced that the Jets are going to be good every single year. And it's kind of like what I said.
I hate deluded.
It's Charlie Brown kicking the football. Like, when do you learn, dude?
I'm a Cowboy fan. I haven't won a Super Bowl since '96, yet I feel like I just won one a couple years ago.
Because compared to the Jets, you did.
Truth.
Like,
truth. At least I'm not a Jet.
Like me, you're right. I am a Bills fan, but I also know the Bills are a dummy cursed franchise that's never going to win, and I've accepted it. You never see me on Twitter, at the beginning of the season, this is the year. It's finally happening. No, because then all you gain from that
right now,
all you gain from that is disappointment. And the last time I felt a tinge of it was when that overtime game with the Chiefs, and I was like, you know what? This is why I never let myself get here. It was a reminder. It took me. I mean, the Bills hadn't lost since '94. It was a reminder not to let myself get into a mindset that makes me think there's any prayer. Like, so the fan bases that always feel like there's a prayer, I like them to just be miserable. I love to wish misery on those people.
Well, that's just a sad and hard way to go through.
You know what depressed me? The Cubs winning a World Series depressed the hell out of me. The Red Sox winning the World Series really depressed me.
One was different.
And it really pissed me off more because they were like acting like the Yankees were the evil empire. And meanwhile, they had the second highest payroll, and they acted like, oh, we were this real underdog story. No, stop it. We're an underdog story. Big babies.
They were underdogs.
Yeah. I hope the Jets are the Cubs that never win. That's what I want the Jets to be. But
40 years we'll celebrate it.
Yeah, they can always have Joe Namath.
Dude, I don't want them to win. I just want them to fall off a tall cliff. I don't want them to stub their toe on the curb. I want them to fall off the fourth floor. I want catastrophic collapse.
I want people to make the Spider-Man pointing meme where it's Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man, and it says Adam Gase, Robert Saleh. And it's just two guys who are like, we're the same person. That's what I want by the end of this season.
Adam Gase. Robert Saleh would kick Adam Gase's ass 9 times out of 10. I'm not even
Adam Gase, Rob Saleh, and Todd Bowles. Maybe a 3-way Spider-Man pointing. We're all the same person.
Rob Saleh is not those guys.
He's the exact same guy.
He had this thrust upon him.
He's the same guy.
He's a good dude.
Whatever. All right.
Talking poor Robert Saleh.
Well, we're going to talk another good dude on the other side, Bryson DeChambeau. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'll tell you what, I hope you got up this morning and washed yourself clean from a Connecticut water softened shower. If you did, Iowa Huskers far from your mind. You know, Connecticut's been around San Antonio for so long, I can't remember when I didn't have a Connecticut. I'll tell you what, most of your neighbors are the same way. If you've gone this far without a Connecticut, I'll tell you what I can expect from your home right now. If I went and had your pipes inspected, there'd be a little bit of grit on the inside. There'd be a little bit of grit probably on that filter right on the outside of your sink. And then there'd be some white stuff in your dishwasher. And your refrigerator might be a little clogged up. You might have a couple more years in it, but eventually you're going to have to get it replaced because San Antonio, all water, man, it comes out of an aquifer or a well, and it gives you some nice water for sweet tea and some good light beer. But I'll tell you, the stuff in the water does get stuck in your pipes, and it does eventually cost you some money. That's why Connecticut is such a valuable investment. That's why so many of your neighbors have it. You're not going to find a better water softener. It's designed and built in the United States. It is made with San Antonio and South Texas in mind. You don't plug it in. There's no motherboard. It only eats salt when you turn on the faucet. And I have never, not once, had one issue with my Connecticut. Everybody's results are different, but I'll tell you what, I got a warranty that I've never used. They say it, I believe it. It's the last water softener you're ever going to own. And if you want one right now, dial 696-PURE, P-U-R-E. They'll come out and put one in your home for 90 days. Prove it to you just like they did for me. Call Connecticut today at 656-PURE. Get a Connecticut in your home, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we will react to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Dallas Cowboys. Do they pay Dak? Do they pay Micah? Do they pay CD? Or do they blow the thing up? We'll talk to Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk. That's coming up at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increase libido, increase metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off Super Paint products and Super Deck stains from June 14th through the 24th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hulu is coming in hot this month with new shows, new movies, and all new seasons of your faves. Don't miss FX's Clipped, the story of one NBA team's racial reckoning starring Lawrence Fishburne. Stream a new season of Shoresy, the underdog hockey comedy that might just knock your teeth out. Then catch the high-speed drama Ferrari, starring Adam Driver and Penelope Cruz. Kick your streaming into high gear this month with so much new stuff to watch on Hulu.
Maybe it's time to ask your checking account. What have you done for me lately? My Advantage Checking from Generations Federal Credit Union does more. My Advantage Checking pays you 2 days early, plus shopping rewards, identity protection, and much more. My Advantage Checking treats you right. So make the switch. Learn more at Generations Federal Credit Union. Member owned, community grown. Member eligibility requirements apply. For complete terms and conditions, visit mygenfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Hi, I'm Jason Hansen, a former CIA officer. In these uncertain times, with rising geopolitical tensions and skyrocketing inflation, protecting your financial future is crucial. That's why I trust Advantage Gold for all my precious metals investments. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-GOLD for a 100% free gold guide to see exactly how gold can safeguard your wealth. Again, call Advantage Gold today at 800-900-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson, his big rival, Brooks Koepka. Well, now they're live buddies, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Who crossed over? He did? Making Rory even madder.
During a 2019 podcast, Koepka said, it drove him crazy that DeChambeau played so slow. It's like, he's like, I just don't understand how it takes a minute and 20 seconds to hit a golf ball. It's not that hard. And then he made fun of, but DeChambeau made fun of Brooks Koepka's body because he was in the body issue. And he said, I don't know if his genetics even make him look good, to be honest. I mean, on body issue, he didn't have any abs. I can tell you that. I got some abs. And then Koepka posted the photo of all his majors trophies and said, you're right. I'm too short of a six-pack. Okay.
Pretty awesome.
Clever.
Respect.
And then, of course, there's the eye roll and all that stuff. But now there's They're boys. They're
Are
taking.
they?
Look at them. Look at these guys.
I've seen it.
I'm telling you, taking pictures together. It's curved Bill DeChambeau.
So, what has happened in Bryson's life where he has suddenly done a 180? What exactly has occurred? Does he have a new woman?
I don't know.
Because it can't be hat choice.
I think it's hat choice first, maybe a new woman. But it's like the thing where Kyrie Irving is like being a good teammate. And we're like, what?
What happened here?
What's going on here?
Well, then Kyrie went back to old Kyrie. He's not fully restored. He's better than he was. He's on a journey.
When you wear moccasins, you're always on a journey. He's trying to meet Aaron Rodgers in
thank
Peru.
You walk off like he was the lead guitarist of a band right before they were doing, ladies and gentlemen, the band, when Kyrie got pulled and he shook every Celtic hand, and dude, you reverted, you went back a couple of steps because you made it all about you again.
Well,
Bryson will do the same.
Maybe so.
Although I will give him some credit. He's trying to rehab himself.
It seems that way.
Why do you think he is?
I'm guessing sponsorship opportunities.
I think so. I think his agent goes, if you're a halfway decent cat, you could probably sell some stuff.
And everybody seems to like him now. So they got paired during the PGA Championship last year, and
which we were excited about. We wanted to see cat fight.
Yeah, they were buddies. They were buddies the whole time. It was annoying. And then DeChambeau, who won on Sunday, Koepka came out and said, tonight, I want all of you guys somehow, I want you guys to touch this trophy because I want you to experience what this feels like for me. You are a part of this journey this week, and I want you to be a part of the after party. And Koepka was supportive of him and basically saying this is a guy who's welcome to the club. He posted a thing on Instagram, welcome to the club, the 2 U.S. Open Championships club. And I don't know how we got here, Rob, but we're here. And it's not just Brooks who's involved now. Paige Spinarak.
We all appreciate Paige and her fine photographic opportunities.
Yes. She got after Brandel Chambly, who was the announcer.
Uh-huh.
She said, Brandel saying good fortune is why Bryson won the U.S. Open is wild. Doesn't even try to hide his hatred for him. Shake my head.
I kind of get it.
I mean,
well, Sparenak's kind of on the periphery too. She's got her own set of haters, so I can see how those two kind of get along or running in the same group.
But that Chambly, who's he hates livers. He hates the live guys,
and like Rory does too. And I get it. I mean, I get the hatred. Like, you guys went over for free money.
But if you're a golf announcer, you got to be a professional, right?
Well, I think you have to pick one or the other. I don't think you can do both.
What I'm saying is, if you personally, like what you've done play-by-play before, right?
Yeah. Well, I did it a couple times. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
And it's hard to not show favoritism. It's hard.
But you try.
But see, the thing is, there's no money for a broadcaster in the Live Tour. There's no money in that.
No one's asking him to broadcast Live
right.
tournaments.
So that's why I'm going to be totally pro PGA. That's where I'm going to get paid.
Well, she said one person on Twitter said Brandel Chambly hates Bryson DeChambeau. It's beyond unprofessional.
It kind of has gone far.
I pray an NBC producer gets in his ear and says, you're making it obvious, right? It was clear that he was, quote, praying for Bryson's downfall. And it basically said they said he talks about stuff that he doesn't know anything about. Anthony Kim, who's a 3-time PGA Tour winner, said he is what's wrong with golf. He talks about stuff he knows nothing about. He's a talentless fool. And so the fact that golfers are now coming to the defense of when did this ever happen?
He's become a sympathetic figure. Although, okay, so he hit the shot of his life on 18. Did you see what's his name? The PGA dude from PGA golf, Johnson Wagner, go out that night and hit the same freaking shot, like literally hit the same shot. One in the dark, it landed 2 feet from the pin, just like Bryson's.
What kind of pressure was on him?
None. That's what I'm saying. But it's kind of.
Do you think
Bryson's like, shot of my life? Hey, hold my beer, bro.
Do you think it was a first take?
It appeared live. It appeared live. I mean, it looked like they were doing live TV. I don't think they went.
I think it's dude perfect.
I was going to say, I don't think they went dude perfect with a dude in a green
perfect.
suit running around like that. As golf is trying to find their way in to maintain their mainstream appeal, I think this is a good thing for golf, because I do think there's a place for a superstar, and it's not Scheffler.
It can't be.
Scheffler is not. He doesn't have it.
He can be the best player, but
Right.
he's not going to be the face of golf.
So I do think there's an opportunity for a guy like Bryson to go get that if he can rehab. But you got to win first. You got to win. And then if you can combine winning with a winning personality and consistency, there is a world waiting for you, because there's a void right now.
And the truth is, we want him to be American. And unfortunately, Rory, who is about as close to American as you can get for not being American, like, he's had plenty of chances to take the bull by the horns, but he just can't.
No,
he can't do it. And no one wants to like someone named Xander Schauffele.
True. It's a true statement.
I mean, really, no one wants to like Bryson DeChambeau either.
No.
But, I mean, he does seem to have some of the stuff that's like, okay, he's a big hitter. He's like, he's fun to watch. But
you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a nice guy.
No.
You just got to have a personality. And
Tiger
win
wasn't
to back
a
it up.
nice guy.
Right. You just got to win and back it up with that nice smile and clutch moments. And if you can get that, I think golf, especially the PGA, so desperately needs the magnet to draw us and keep us there. And Scotty is a master. I mean, he's a wizard, but there's no real flash there. It's just the excellence of what he does. Like, if Bubba had the game that Scheffler had, I mean, if the true personalities of golf had that game, we wouldn't be dealing with live issues.
No.
It would have come and gone. It would have been a failed Greg Norman and Phil experiment, because as Tiger was escorted out, there was such a vacuum.
You know what would be the move? Rory really missed an opportunity to have a heel turn.
He knows it too.
He
knew it.
Like, walking out that wasn't a heel turn. Walking out just made him look weak. He could have had a real pro wrestling heel turn and got on the mic and said, like, he could have taken over for Koepka and said, I'm going after Brooks. F this guy.
Right.
F this live loving, money chasing piece of garbage. I don't care. Yeah, nice win, nice shot, lucky day. You're lucky I melted.
Right.
Whatever. Done something that would have made people go, Rory said what? Like, and I would have had more respect for Rory. Like, putting the tail between the legs and walking out like
beforehand. It's just a terrible
cat
look.
burglar in the night. It's like, I can't be excited that he like became I want him to be the bad guy. Like, you've been trying to be the nice guy all this time and it's not working.
Well, we've been waiting for Tiger to just say, enough with this crap. Or somebody to stand up and go, I don't know what this is, this Harlem Globetrotters of golf, but you can enjoy it if you want.
We
want
real?
Nothing to do with him.
John Daly, that's who's real. John Daly's top G in golf.
He is, well,
top G, capital G.
He is there.
Dude's like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes on the course. Yeah, I drink beer. Yeah, I'm gonna have dinner at Hooters after. I always wish that John Daly would have won the Masters and had Hooters cater the dinner the next year.
They'd have shut the tourney down.
Yeah, that would have been
He
golden.
would never have been allowed back.
Why couldn't that happen, Golf Jesus? Why couldn't you give me one John Daly Masters win?
Now, his kid's playing at Arkansas right now, right? So we
Is
have
he?
maybe a Daly coming. Maybe there'll be a second.
I
Daly
hope he's the
next year.
same way. I
There's
hope he's
no
not
way.
like some watered down version.
If he's smart, he'll follow his dad's path, make a bunch of money, and never worry about anything.
I'm guessing like John Daly like had a child with like a super conservative Christian lady, and like this is like this is just a normal kid.
Did he ever play golf in North Dallas? Because he might have.
Might have.
Never know.
Might have. All right. When we come back, we're going to play stock up, stock down on the stars of the NBA Finals. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? What do you mean? Does it not look good? It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret. No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic. Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous. I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or going to the grocery store for milk instead of buying your own cow. You know there's an easier and better way. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
They say health is wealth, and I could not agree more. That's why if you or somebody in your life is living with everyday aches and pains, I want to tell you about Relief Factor. And I'm telling you, I can feel the difference. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. Naturally. Now that's a big deal. Developed by doctors. Relief Factor's unique formula of ingredients all work together to help support your body's response to inflammation. Instead of masking pain for a couple of hours, Relief Factor actually helps reduce or even eliminate your pain for good. Whether it's neck, back, joint, or muscle pain, if you're looking to feel better, live better, give Relief Factor a try. In 3 weeks, you will know if it's working because you'll feel it. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Save on your first order. Don't let pain tell you how to live. Fight back naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness Program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Now Dallas will dribble it out. This crowd on its feet. The best team in basketball all year. All the work, all the sacrifice, handling the enormous weight of massive expectations. Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.
We did it! We did it!
Do you believe in unlikelihoods? That's a lot of words, man. If you need that many words to describe what just happened, you're justifying.
You were pretty heavy favorites. Well, no one should be shocked.
No, they were a steamroller. They crashed the NBA this year. They owned it.
All right. In these playoffs, stock up, stock down. Let's start with the losers. Let's start with Kyrie. Because I feel like despite the rough finish, Kyrie really took a step forward as a leader in these playoffs. And he was something I never expected him to be. Like he became like it's almost like he reached full butterfly form or something. It was very odd.
But you know what? That's the perfect analogy is the butterfly analogy, because his career is winding down.
Yeah.
And I think this series, more than anything else, he has come to the realization, and the Mavericks have too, that those two alone ain't nearly enough.
No.
And his role as a leader will increase, because I think Luka has proven not to be that kind of guy. But his role on a successful Maverick team will decrease. They're going to have to go get more, whatever more is. So is his stock up? No, but it's not down either. I don't think he's going to suffer for this. But I do think we have a much more better understanding of where Kyrie is in his career. He can't do it on his own more than maybe once a month he might go get you a win.
Yeah.
But what they needed over this series, he just couldn't bring.
I have to give him stock up just because I respect him a lot more as a player now. I thought he was like a year ago this time he was a sideshow. He was like he was everybody thought he was an anti-Semite, and he was he was just doing he was doing these crazy things and made it seem like he was trying to get out of the league almost.
He's still crazy. Don't get past. He's still living on a plane that you could only live if you were a professional basketball player with $100 million in the bank.
Yeah,
he can do and say. Last night, his exit from the game was so self-centered and about me that it just kind of reinforced that he's never going to be a we guy, ever. If it's about we, it's because what are you doing to make me better? And if we makes me better, I'm in.
Stock up or stock down for Luka?
Up. He carried a fifth seed. Even though it was 5 games, he carried a fifth seed into the finals, man. Yeah, his stock is up.
It's funny because I still go back to after game 3 and these dopes. When the Mavericks lose, it will be Luka's fault.
Oh, man.
What? The dude led the NBA in points, rebounds, and assists in the playoffs.
I don't know what else he needs to do.
Yeah.
Literally, there's no. Last night was an average game for him. He had an average finals game, and it was like 30, 10, and 8.
And he was clearly limited physically. Like, he's beat up.
No, I think stock up for Kyrie, you can go up or even. I think Jason Kidd's stock is up. I think he coached as good as he could given the situation, but that's about the end of the ups for the Mavs.
Who was it that said that? That it's going to be Luka's fault. Was it?
It sounds like a Skip thing, but who?
No, God, I feel like it was a coach, like a former coach,
somebody who coached Kyrie before.
Yeah, it wasn't an idiot thing to say that when they lose, it's going to be Luka's fault. No, it was Windhorst. It was Brian Windhorst. Remember, he said when they lose this series, it will be Luka's fault.
I think he'll eat those. I mean,
he'll eat anything.
I mean, it's mark the tape. The idea that it's his fault, you could say that you weren't good enough to carry us there, but no one. I mean, it just wasn't going to happen this year, considering the team that they were playing. And matchups make great fights, and this just wasn't a very good matchup for the Mavericks.
And Luka, after the game,
I feel great. We did some great moves. I would say, we've been together for 5 months. I'm proud of every guy that stepped on the floor, all the coaches, all the people behind. Obviously, we didn't win finals, but we did have a hell of a season, and I'm proud of every one of them.
All right. I mean, you handled it about as well as you could. Before we move on to the Celtics ups and downs, here's what Jason Kidd had to say about the Mavs going forward.
First year we lose to Golden State, who becomes the world champs, and then we lose this year to the world champs in the Boston Celtics. So not a bad run in 2 out of 3 years. And so and that in between those 2 years, we get D Live and some we get trades that makes the team better. So a lot of positive things. We're a young team, and so this isn't a team when you look at, do we have to replace some of the older players? It's, we have a core, a young core at that. And so this is exciting times to be a Mavs fan and to also be a coach for the Mavs.
More likely, Celtics repeat, Mavs miss the playoffs.
More likely?
Yeah.
The Celtics aren't going to repeat. The Celtics aren't, and the Mavs are going to make the playoffs.
They didn't make it last year.
This team was rebuilt in April. Gafford growing, PJ Washington arriving, that changed this team. They went from a perimeter-driven, poor defensive team to the funnel defensively. They had shot blockers and shot makers. They just didn't have enough shot makers. That's the team. I think Windhorst was horribly wrong early. I heard him last night saying, I expect to see the Mavericks back in a couple of 3 years. And this is one of those steps that you have to take as a team. And this was a surprise. If they'd have done this next year and made the finals, we said, yeah, that's the process. They made the trade at the deadline last year. They worked their way into the playoffs. They lost to the T-Wolves. Now they're here. They just made it a step further than they should. They're just a couple of shooters away from being competitive. I mean, not competitive, but title worthy.
Jaylen Brown, stock up or stock down?
Well,
I mean, he won the MVP,
but his stock was already way high. He's exactly where he's supposed to be.
Here's what he had to say about the doubters.
If you would have asked me that maybe a year ago, I probably would say, yeah. But just at the point that I got to right now, it feels great. But, any of the personal awards, it is what it is, the doubters, they may be quieted now, but they'll be back. They'll probably be back next year with something else to say.
Next week.
So we just all embrace that moment the same and get after it yet again.
I think he's talking about me. He knows I'm a doubter. He knows me. He knows my soul. It's hard to say stock anything but up for Jaylen Brown.
Best player on the best team.
What about Jason Tatum?
See, this is going to be difficult to define because professionally his stock is down because the expectation was he would finally lead his team to a title and be the MVP and assume the role until Wemby is ready as the face of the league. That's not going to happen.
This is the fact of it, Rob. You said it. I don't even know if you meant to say it, but right before I asked you Jason Tatum stock up or stock down, you said Jaylen Brown, best player on the best team.
Yeah.
Up until right now, the assumption has been that Jason Tatum was the best player on the Celtics.
And it's been proven different. That's not bad for Tatum, though.
It's not, but I think that for his stock, I mean, it is. How good are you if you're not is Jason Tatum being first team All-NBA? I'm not saying over the 82 games of the regular season, Jason Tatum wasn't the best player on the Celtics, but time and again in the playoffs, Jaylen Brown is a better playoff player than Jason Tatum is.
Absolutely is.
And it's not even when they've come up short, it's not been because of Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's been because of Jason Tatum. This time they got over the hump, so it's not as painfully obvious. But I think Jaylen Brown's more important to the Celtics than Jason Tatum is.
He's their best player. Importance, yeah, okay. But I think what Tatum has achieved is he's now a man in full. I don't think once he got over himself and stopped trying to follow the narrative, he was a prize, the way that Ainge traded down and still got the best player in the draft. They were in the conference finals his rookie year. They've lost game 7 after game 7 at home. They've lost these things. So the narrative of him was lovable loser, but you're never going to do it. Well, I think when he allowed himself to step back and let Jaylen Brown go be the best player, I think he got the peace of mind of which that allows you to win games. Well, you know what? Maybe tonight it ain't there. I'll pass the ball a couple of times. Maybe tonight I'm a rebounder. And you know what? That's fine. I don't care. I just want a W. And once you get there, dude, you're unbeatable.
So let me ask you this. I'm making you Brad Stevens.
Pay him every penny he asks.
I'm saying
freaking penny.
I'm asking you this. You've got to trade either Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown for a 2029 first-round pick. I got to
trade Tatum.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
There's no way you can't say stock down on this dude who just won a title. It's wild.
Hey, it's tough.
All right. A little more NBA talk, another rental car talk, and some Cowboy stuff coming up last hour of the Huddle.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks. It is my game of fun and fantasy, and it's time for the excitement for summer sports to begin. And I say the best way to take summer sports and have the fun with it is to take it to the next level with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. A community of over 5 million players. If you're not a member, I promise you know one. Prize Picks, it's about more or less. It's about playing the things that you know. You can make Prize Picks a daily game, a weekly game, do whatever you like, and you can do it fast. You can turn $10 into $1,000 in just a couple of seconds by playing Prize Picks. So get ready to enjoy the fantasy games that you love with the app that is available. And here's the key right now. If you use the code ALAMO, that's Alamo, you'll get up to $100. Enter the code ALAMO at the Prize Picks app on your first deposit match of up to $100. You know the games are there. You're a fantasy player. Play them the right way. That's Prize Picks. Alamo today.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter. Locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America NA.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what do you wait for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind. There at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
The Boston Celtics raised banner number 18 in their win. They took Game 5 over the Mavericks 106-88. Jaylen Brown wins the MVP. Texas A&M advances in the College World Series, taking Kentucky down 5-1. I'm Rob Thompson, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Welcome in if you're just joining us on a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, I forget. Got all the sales rats in the building.
Oh, yes.
Scurrying around.
Oh, yes. Looking for cheese. Looking for cheese, man. Boy, we've talked a lot of NBA finals today. That's been fun. What we haven't talked, Rob, your Aggies.
Hey, baby.
Your
undefeated.
Fighting Ags.
It was a good night last night. It was much more interesting. Well, it was a easy win. They took down Kentucky
5-1.
Ryan Prager, nice game, 6.5. Owned the plate.
That means
big hits in the 5th.
That means Aggie is one win away.
We're going to lose a couple games here.
One win away.
We're not good enough
from playing for a championship.
Tomorrow they will play the winner of the 2 teams that they've already beaten.
Yep.
And if they beat that team, they move on to the championship. They got to lose.
So how's it work? So the 2 teams that they've already beat, those teams play each other today?
Mm-hmm. And then
so Kentucky has to play on back-to-back days.
It's baseball.
They might have to play 3 in a row.
It's hard.
It's hard, man. North Carolina State became the 2nd team eliminated.
Done and done. On the other side, man, Tennessee looks good.
Well, they're waiting. They're in wait and see mode, huh?
Yeah, man. Texas A&M Tennessee battle might be. They should play a couple of sports. It's the 2 biggest baseball teams I've ever seen. So they could line up 2 basketball teams and have no starter under 6'5". Yeah. They could line up a football team and they'd have guys big enough to play linemen. It is modern baseball, modern SEC baseball right now. Big hits and lots of arms, man. Lots of pitchers.
I don't watch this enough to know who's good, who's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. But this Aggie team seems like they're pretty damn legit. They've been one of the best teams all season long, and it feels like they're knocking on the door, certainly. This is the schedule today is Florida State, UNC, and then Kentucky and Florida. And both teams, so Florida State plays UNC to decide who plays Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And Kentucky plays Florida to decide who plays A&M.
Now, if either of the losers brackets win, they'll play again.
They have to play again, yeah.
So both A&M and Tennessee have one to play with, one loss to kind of sit and wait.
It's because it's double elimination early.
Mhm.
I guess double elimination until the title game, and then it's double elimination again.
Once
you start
get there.
over.
Right. Aggie fan Jace Lavalette leaves with a hammy issue. That I think is the only worry going into the game tomorrow.
What's his name?
Jace Lavalette. Lavalette.
Sounds French to me.
Probably Cajun. Sounds Cajun.
Oh, okay.
Probably down there in the Thibodeau.
Yeah, you're probably
Boudreaux
right.
Company.
I'll allow that.
Yeah.
I'll allow that. As long as he's not like a DeChambeau.
No, he's not a Bryson DeChambeau.
DeChambeau.
That lives on Golf Club Lane.
Which, by the way, I saw a thing about Bryson. Like, basically him talking about, he said, so I dug myself out of a pretty deep hole. Golf swing wasn't doing well. Ball striking was terrible. Putting wasn't great. Paul Casey, who's on the Crushers, I had him continuing to push me in the right direction. That was a massive help. People said continuously, dude, you're good. Don't worry about it. You got a great life to live. There's more to life than golf.
Rory, you hear this?
So he said, so how have I grown? I've realized that there's a lot more to life than golf. Treating others, yourself, first and foremost, respecting yourself is super important to being able to treat others with respect as well. That's one of the big things I've learned. I'm not perfect. I'm human. Everybody's human. Certainly those low moments have helped establish a new mind frame of who I am, what's expected, what I can do, and what I want to do in my life. To answer your question, quite frankly, what have I learned? Having the right people around you.
I'll tell you what, man.
That sounds like a changed man.
It really does. And I hate to, it's those kind of statements. It goes to the most basic thing. Once you get over yourself, and golfers, the great golfers I know, you have to be so hard on yourself. You have to be your own personal judge, jury, and executioner. I mean, because you're the only one that lives with the missed putt. I mean, it wasn't anybody. It wasn't a missed snap. It was you. And you have to be able to, withstand failure at such a colossal way. And once you understand that, your life gets a lot easier. And I think Rory needs to get that. I mean, dude, the life is so much bigger than the putt you missed.
Yeah.
But right now, it just seems like that. And I think to apply back to the Celtics and Jason Tatum, I think he's gotten over himself. It's over my left shoulder.
Maybe you're right.
Blame nobody, expect nothing, and do something. Well, he'd been double teamed and triple teamed for 5 consecutive years, and they just kept telling him, dude, you got to be the superstar to carry us out. If you're not the superstar, we're going to lose. Well, that's what they weren't he wasn't a superstar, and they won.
Yeah,
it makes life a whole lot better, and the losing gets a whole lot easier once you know that you're capable of winning one.
I guess so. Yeah, it's interesting to see these guys, and I think Kyrie's done it too. I think guys who change their life philosophy, maybe that's what Aaron Rodgers is trying to do. Maybe I need to give Aaron Rodgers some time.
You lick enough toads, maybe you find the answer.
But he is 40. I feel like once you're 40, you can't change anymore.
Now you're just buying a Porsche.
You just are what you are.
You're just already giving
He's
up.
kind of that's what he is. But did you see not Bryson? Kristaps is having surgery.
Yeah, we talked stock up or down on him.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to put on him.
I think the injury stock with him is always shaky. I like that he gutted it out and played.
And when he did, it was pretty impressive.
And they didn't really need him in this last game, but I mean, you talk about wanting to make a statement in game 1. He made a statement in the first half of game 1 that, like, dude, I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to ball.
I think his stock's up. I think as a whole, if I was a general manager looking for a thing and the thing included his skill set, I would certainly consider it. But I know for a fact I can never rely on it.
Yeah.
I have to have a plan B with him. I have to have another dude to do what he's doing. But
it's nice when you have him.
Yeah.
But when you don't, it's like, oh, all right. The Celtics are the odds are out for the next NBA championship, which, by the way, this is something that I hate. when a team wins, the next day, all you see on TV is, will they repeat?
Way too early.
The NBA season, which, by the way, starts on, I think, next Tuesday. It's the longest, most obnoxious thing ever that they just never stop. It's like somehow the NBA season's longer than Major League Baseball season.
They're trying to remain relevant, but we'll go away next week.
Celtics plus 280 to win the title next year.
A lot of respect.
That is a healthy favorite. Nuggets next at plus 650. Timberwolves 8-1.
I like that one.
Mavericks 10-1. Bucks 10-1. Thunder 10-1.
I like that one too.
I like that one too. Knicks and Sixers 16-1. I don't mind the Sixers. I think the Sixers are looking to make a big splash this offseason. Paul George
might want to put that money down today.
That's what I'm saying. Because if they get Paul George, suddenly they're 7-1. Clippers 20-1.
Nah.
Warriors 22-1.
Nah. That's bad money.
Cavs, Heat,
all right,
Suns.
Where now? Okay, now the Cavs and the Suns got enough in there to kind of
talent.
Yeah, where are they at?
25-1.
See, that's worth some money. I think you get $50 for me on that.
Pacers and the Lakers 33-1. Any value?
No, I would have said Pacers more than Lakers, but neither one can get past.
What if they would have gotten Dan Hurley? Where would they be?
Same place.
Grizzlies are 40-1.
Ja. We'll be back eventually.
Kings are 50-1.
Wow, they're worse odds than the Grizz.
Nobody, the Kings will
no love.
I mean, remember last year the Kings were like what? They were one of the two best teams in the league, and they're like, no, they've got no chance of winning. Pelicans are 60-1. They're always interesting because if Zion has a full healthy year,
if Zion could do what Zion does, they'll win 60 games.
Rockets and Magic 80-1.
See, that is disrespect to those two teams, especially. Neither one of them are going to win it, but they're not 80-1 far away. They're not. Neither one. Both those teams have enough athletes. If some light switch came on, they could win 20 games in a row or in 20 out of 30. And if you do that in April and May, suddenly you're in the playoffs and playing late.
Hawks are 100-1.
It should be 200-1.
Bulls and Spurs. And the Raptors 200-1.
Wow. No love for Wemby, man.
Bulls, Spurs, and 200-1.
I didn't know the Bulls were that bad off.
You got any faith in them?
None. That's horrible money. But I didn't. It's not so much that the Spurs are that. I didn't know the Bulls were that bad off. I thought they'd have at least been kind of lingering around Memphis or somewhere else. I mean, how would you like to be the Bulls right now?
And here's your bottom feeders.
Oh, there's worse?
Oh, yeah. These teams all have the same odds, 500-1. Nets, Hornets, Pistons, Trailblazers, Jazz, Wizards.
Okay, of all of those, pick one that has a chance. Of all of those, because they're all
God.
Man, we're asking for the tallest little person in this crowd. But is there one that might need a haircut? One that's above the rest? I think there's one in there.
Give me Pistons.
Is it Detroit finally? Just too much talent? They got to eventually get something?
Maybe not. I was thinking they had a real high pick, but they don't.
No,
do they?
No.
They dropped down. And I was going to say, like, if Cade Cunningham finally takes that next step, and then they get the right choice. But I was thinking they had the Wizards pick. The Wizards picks, they pick second.
What about Utah?
Utah has potential, I guess.
Of all of them, I think they have the best base. They've got
Utah couldn't win a title when they had good players.
But they got a little bit of young talent. Of all those, 800-1.
Yeah, listen. Don't bet anybody at 500-1. If you bet someone at 500-1, chances are good they're not going to win. I mean,
it's not even worth a silly bet.
No, it's not worth the sandwich. All right. When we come back, I want to go over this list of under the radar Cowboys. The Vaqueros de Dallas. 5 players who they say are under the radar Cowboys.
I'd like to be described as that.
Entering training camp. They're flying under the radar.
You want to be described as under the radar. The most underappreciated. The best star you don't talk about.
You know what's it's better than being like just a guy who's not flying under the radar. Like you just suck.
Well, yeah, there is that. But there's normally a reason why teams or guys are flying under the radar.
No, you're right. We'll talk about these guys next. Morning Huddle 941 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we will react to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Dallas Cowboys. Do they pay Dak? Did they pay Micah? Did they pay CD? Or did they blow the thing up? We'll talk to Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk. That's coming up at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. While leaning over the fence, your neighbors said you could save money bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. Your neighbor leaned over a little too much and broke your fence. Dumb news. Somehow fence wood is more expensive than wood. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and to plant really tall shrubs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Whether it's expanding your business, upgrading your equipment, or covering payroll, you can score big with swishfunding.com, the slam dunk solution for your business funding needs. If you have at least $25,000 in monthly revenue and been in business for at least 1 year, qualifying's easier than a layup. We fund up to $5 million in 24 hours. Go to swishradio.com. That's SWISH radio.com. Swishradio.com.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tjhlaw.com. San Antonio.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textblend.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for a full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle 94.1. Bad news for you guys. We're not going to be here tomorrow. We're going to hear Greeny, I guess. You think Greeny takes Juneteenth off?
I guarantee you Greeny will not be in.
No. You think?
He probably going to work today to sum up the finals and take the rest of the week off.
Okay. Who's it going to be then?
Random schlub.
It won't be Brian Windhorst. This is the last day we're going to see Windy on TV for a while in his ill-fitting suits.
Those guys got to head over to Paris to cover the Dream Team exhibition that's coming around the bend. So we'll see them all gathered together soon enough.
SI did a list of 5 Cowboys entering training camp under the radar. The first guy listed, I guess it makes sense that this guy is under the radar because he's a 7th round pick. Jalen Brooks made the roster as a rookie, had just 6 targets, caught them all. Total is 64 yards. Heading into training camp, it says Brooks could be in line for more playing time. Michael Gallup gone. Ryan Flournoy was an offseason star. There's not much depth behind Lamb and Brandon Cooks, which could open the door for Brooks to continue to climb the depth chart. But I didn't hear a name of the guy that you like.
Well, Tolbert was under the radar last year.
He stayed under the radar.
Yeah, you go from under the radar to cut.
You're from under the radar to under the cemetery.
Yeah, you're done. So it's his turn. This guy actually has a little bit of talent. But I mean, what would be the logical explanation or expectation for a dude like him? 4 catches, no drops. Dak is a creature of habit. He has to trust you, as most quarterbacks do. And Tolbert never earned that trust. And Gallup lost it. If he becomes a blip on the radar, the Cowboys are going to be happy campers. But the expectation, I would say no.
See, now here's a guy who last season was certainly there was some buzz about him and got injured. John Stevens.
How many tight ends the Cowboys need?
This was a dude. He was he was one of the best players at the camp last year, if I remember correctly, and blew out his ACL.
Yeah, he looked good, but there's also a guy named Ferguson and Schoonmaker and Hendershot. I mean, there's a lot of dudes on this team.
But I think they also look at him as a guy who could maybe play some wide receiver. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess he's the kind of tight end who he's a vertical, he's a down the field catch the ball tight end.
Sure. Whenever I hear that, maybe we'll try him at tight end. Or wide receiver, I go, well, don't we have some well-trained wide receivers already?
No, not really.
I mean, maybe we could find one. I mean, this guy, actually does have some skill, but he's not going to take Ferguson's job.
No, you're right.
Schoonmaker was too high of a draft pick to give up on. So you're at 3rd, and Hendershot, not bad. So there's just no room. That's okay, he's under the radar. He'll be on another team.
What about Sam Williams, edge rusher?
Neck up problems. The guy has every bit of athletic ability. He just can't quit stepping in crap. He can't quit stupid plays, personal fouls, offsides, just dumb crap. If he could corral that, yes, the guy's got potential, but sometimes stupid is too big of a problem.
261 pounds, 4.40, 8.5 sacks coming into year 3.
Lots of skill. It's dumb mistake and injury at the worst possible time over and over. There's a couple of Cowboys like that.
But it does say with Dante Fowler and Armstrong being gone, there's likely to be more of a
He's
workload
going to have
for
to.
him. So there you go.
I'll tell you, AJ, of the guys that really, when you're trying to define what under the radar might mean, normally it's guys that are talented that just need the opportunity. That's, not under the radar because they're destined to be second string and that's all they'll ever be. This guy has all the physical tools to not just be a player, but be a star. He has made some jaw-dropping plays, but at the same time, blocking, trying to block a punt and taking the kicker out, sins of commission that you just got to get over. And if you can, I promise you that Zimmer right now is banking on him doing it. He's part and parcel to the plans coming up.
The dollar store Micah.
That's him. Dollar store Micah. Well said.
That's good, Josh. How about a guy who got moved to linebacker last year, going to be back at safety this year, Marquise Bell?
Baller. I mean, the guy that can play those many positions. Now, we're playing a different defense now. Quinn had a style. Quinn liked to play that positionless. Everybody's about 225 and can run. We're getting a little bit bigger. So that speedy linebacker idea, the guy can play. He can do a lot of different things, valuable, and probably has a skill set to, I don't know if he's a pro bowler, but he could do it.
Should have a solid shot. I think
a lot of talent there.
Might be the best one on the list.
Might
like if
be.
you said which one's going to be the most impactful, he's probably the guy on the list for me.
Get him away from linebacker.
The last one on the list, Rico.
You better be.
Dowdle.
No, I was wondering if I was going to hear Rico Dowdle or which of the running backs. I mean, the joke, if you want to talk about under the radar, the truest under the radar player that we could even bring up is a running back.
Yeah.
Deuce Vaughn. He's only 5'5". Of course he's going to be under the radar. But Dowdle is Dowdle. What do we expect from him? I mean, legit, what do you expect from a guy he's going to average 3 yards a carry, 3.5 yards a carry, get the ball maybe 5-8 times a game, pretty consistently on first down, and then it'll be whatever catch can. I expect nothing from Rico Dowdle.
Here, let me ask you this question: who's going to have more yards per carry this season, Rico Dowdle or Zeke Elliott?
Zeke.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to get more opportunities.
I won't be shocked if Rico sees more just like standard down usage than Zeke. I think
first down, I think I'd have him in there just because he can run hard. It's not a matter of that kind of skill, but I just think that there's going to be some trust that needs to be earned that he hadn't earned yet.
Well, there you go.
Forget about Zeke. Yikes.
Well, Zeke's under the radar.
Yeah, very much.
I mean, listen, it's a success story. Guy got cut. He was on the trash pile, and the Cowboys said, "You know what? This is a reclamation project."
He's already listed as the starter. Zeke, Rico, Deuce, and then Royce Freeman listed as the fourth stringer.
God, what a bummy running back room.
That's an ugly room, man.
It really is. It's like it's guys who have never done anything, and the other two guys are guys who are well past their prime.
Here's an ugly wide receiver room. Brandon Cooks, Jalen Brooks, Jalen Moreno Cropper, and Ryan, what's this guy's name? And Cam Johnson. Who is Tyron Billy Johnson? I don't even know who that is.
See, it's a made-up person.
Ryan Florinori and Corey Crooms Jr.
Tyrone Billy Johnson is flying under the radar, I would say.
You get 3 names and a dash, and I don't know who
Rob
you are.
Don't even know who he is.
Tyron Billy Johnson.
I like to call him Billy.
So his last name is Billy. Yeah. Tyron Billy, and he's hyphenated Johnson.
Tyron Billy.
Or Billy Tyron. Maybe he didn't fill out his paperwork correctly.
I don't know.
Last name first.
Sometimes that happens.
Did you know the Cowboys have 2 guys on their team named Dakota?
No, who is it?
Dakota Shepley.
Oh,
is the 3rd string center, although he spells his name
of donut fame
with a D, Dakota with 2 D's.
Oh,
instead of the T.
But Dakota Shepley,
not Shipley,
not Shipley.
Dakota with a D and Shepley with an E.
Okay,
2 of them.
You can't have enough Dakotas. I've read that somewhere.
2. I mean, you have to have 2. There's a north and a south. We got Shipley and Prescott.
Yeah. Well, you might have one less next year. We'll see. After this season, we'll have to see how the season plays out. Remember, I guess might have been my first week here, Rob.
It's been a long time ago.
That we had a discussion about Hertz Rent-A-Car, and
the pricing of an electric car fill-up.
Yeah, they charged somebody for not refueling the Tesla that they returned, and they stood pat. They refused to take the charge off.
Do we have a rest of the story?
We got a new one.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I think you got to be out on Hertz Rent-A-Car.
Starting to get worried.
I'm Team Enterprise going forward, I think.
6th.
Listen to this. Guy rented a vehicle on May 15th for 6 days, starting at 10:30 p.m. However, the agent at the airport logged the rental as starting at 10:30 a.m.
So he had it 12 hours too long, I'm assuming.
So he got charged for an extra day beyond the period that he actually had a charge for. Also, the previous renter ran a red light at 2:33 p.m. But since the system showed
that it was the other guy's
this guy
car
with the car, he got hit with $436.50 for the fine for running the red light.
Holy Toledo!
But this customer was on a flight at 2:33, so it couldn't have been him. So he said, you know what? I'll just show you copies of my boarding pass to show you I was in the middle of the sky at 2:33 p.m.
Or maybe just look at the ticket that was issued to the guy that was driving the car.
Couldn't have been me. Hertz said, you know what? You're right. You were supposed to only have this rental car from 10:30 p.m., not 10:30 a.m. So we made a mistake. We're going to remove that extra day's charge. But we're going to keep the red light ticket on you. We just...
Is it like a button they couldn't press?
They just refused to budge. It's the same thing as this Tesla guy. They were like, we can't make exceptions. You didn't bring it back fully fueled. We're sorry. This is wild. What is happening here? We've already had this. Have you heard of the Hertz toll scam?
No, but
this guy got charged $519.80 for driving the rental car through a single $1 toll. That activated the plate pass system on their toll card, and it charged him for every single day of his rental.
Oh,
I mean, they never told him this was the case. He said that would be like me stating I'm charging you a $500 fee for the privilege of allowing you to email me directly as you decline the option to call me.
I've heard of people renting cars and getting pulled over because the car had been listed as stolen by the rental agency because it had never been put into the records that it had been returned. So you're just driving your car around and you get pulled in for driving a stolen car.
I just think we can't trust Hertz. I'm sorry, Hertz. I'm out on you. I'm out on Hertz Rent-A-Car.
As long as you give me the upgrade, I'll come back though, baby. Is that Mustang convertible available for the price of a little Tercel?
You can't drive a Mustang convertible. You need a big car.
I'm just saying, if you give me an upgrade, I'll come back for just about anything. If you just give me a little P-loan, a little something, I won't leave, but you're gonna have to upgrade me. Give me the extra coverage.
Well, you can't get guys like us. We can't get the economy rental.
No, you're about to embark on the Sports Star crew in a vehicle.
It's got to be.
Oh, it's hell on earth.
Do we get the smallest one possible?
Well, no, but you just eventually you're going to have to drive.
Oh,
and then there will be 3 backseat drivers.
Who's the usual driver?
Well, we all kind of take turns.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What if I don't have a driver's license?
That's never stopped us before. It's not on my credit card.
I'm going to get my license suspended by the time we go on there.
I endeavor to see if we can get it done.
Who's the best driver of the bunch?
Me.
Oh, okay. I'm actually a terrible
no,
driver.
We have all
admittedly.
had our equal and also, driving in LA is fraught with peril anyway.
Oh, yes.
So then drive with 4 type A personalities in a car in traffic trying to get someplace.
Well, good news, guys. Now, this year, I'm a type B for sure.
I get in the back and go to sleep.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, hey, whoever, God bless you, whoever wants to drive.
Who do you think of the 4 when we go pick up a vehicle? Who do you think wants to drive the most? Who do you think grabs the keys and heads over like I'm driving?
Jason Minix.
Yeah, Minix. Minix wants to drive.
Minix wants to be in charge of everything. It feels
that's fine.
Yeah,
you'll learn that that's the best thing to do.
Yeah,
because things get done. But sometimes you don't want to drive.
Well, I'm not going to be the guy who's like, I don't like the way you're driving. I should be driving.
Oh, we can bring guys to tears, though. There's been some big guys that have passed through here over the years that will never be the same after sitting in the car with us.
Might be me.
It's brutal. And
you know what's legal in California?
A lot of stuff. A lot of good
something
stuff.
That'll calm me down and fix the problem. I bet.
Yeah, and normally the vehicles we rent are
not what I was
not nearly big enough.
I was talking about poker.
Poker, yes.
Yeah.
There's card rooms all over.
Yeah. What's wrong? Vic? Freaking, this dude's a weed head, man.
I'm telling you, West Side San Antonio.
Cheech. Orale Cheech.
How are we going to make some money without any basketball to carry us through?
Well, you know what? We'll do that on the other side. We'll take a look at the daily lines. I know how you're going to make some money, though.
Betting on baseball.
No.
College baseball.
You're going to do a commercial read because that's...
I've already gotten money for that. Let me tell you real quick about our good friends over at Arasti. If you're living in pain, I want you to pay real close attention. If you're somebody who's feeling great and carry about your day and pay no attention to what I'm saying, but if you're guys like us who are living in pain, listen to me. So many of us accept the fact that this is just going to hurt until it doesn't, and it normally doesn't stop. But there's a fix out there. It's called Arasti. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio with one job in mind, and that's to get you out of pain. To become an Arasti provider, you're already a medical professional. This is like master's level pain management. And what makes Arasti even more special is how they do it, because it doesn't involve medications to hide or dull the pain. It's not about surgery to prolong the problem. It's about your body fixing itself, and it works remarkably well. I had lower back issues most of my adult life. And, when you get those kind of twinges, you just feel like I got to lay on my back and let it heal itself. And the older I got, the longer it took. I stuttered into a Arasti provider about 6 years ago, not expecting much. And I'll tell you what, I became a patient for life. Not only did they get me fixed, they got me fixed fast. They took my insurance. They take most, and I didn't even need a referral. I could go immediately. Write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. They're going to get you out of pain. They're going to get you out of pain fast. On average, under 4 visits, gets their patients back in the game. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. There's a fix out there. It's called Arasti. You call them today. They're going to get you fixed fast. And when they do, I want you to thank me later.
94.1.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Bourbon and Brews is heading south for the summer, but don't worry. We're now introducing Twin Peaks Tequila and Cervezas. It's a fiesta every Friday at Twin Peaks with samples of our favorite tequilas and cervezas all summer long. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text LONG to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best in the nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text LONG to 200-300. Text the word LONG to 200-300. Don't wait. Text LONG to 200-300.
Hey everybody, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks. It is my game of fun and fantasy, and it's time for the excitement for summer sports to begin. And I say the best way to take summer sports and have the fun with it is to take it to the next level with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. A community of over 5 million players. If you're not a member, I promise you know one. Prize Picks, it's about more or less. It's about playing the things that you know. You can make Prize Picks a daily game, a weekly game, do whatever you like, and you can do it fast. You can turn $10 into $1,000 in just a couple of seconds by playing Prize Picks. So get ready to enjoy the fantasy games that you love with the app that is available. And here's the key right now. If you use the code ALAMO, that's ALAMO, you'll get up to $100. Enter the code ALAMO at the Prize Picks app on your first deposit match of up to $100. You know the games are there. You're a fantasy player. Play them the right way. That's Prize Picks. Alamo today.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we will react to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Dallas Cowboys. Do they pay Dak? Do they pay Micah? Do they pay CD? Or do they blow the thing up? We'll talk to Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk. That's coming up at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Huddling up in the morning. That's why they named the show The Morning Huddle. Rob Thompson and AJ Hoffman. We're going to take a mini weekend tomorrow.
Yeah, a little midweek sojourn.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Rain all day, though.
I know. I told my kid when we got here that I had tickets to Planet of the Apes.
Did they work?
Oh, yeah. I still have them.
But they're still usable?
Really? Yeah. And he's like, well, we can go watch that Apes movie. So maybe that's what I'm going to do.
I think you should. Maybe
it's a good rainy day activity.
Ideal. There's a whole bunch of stuff around there. What I got going on?
And then there's we could do it at like Alamo Draft House or something and crush 14 beers while I watch an Apes movie.
Yeah.
Then Uber home.
That's the only way to do it. And maybe just let him drive.
Well, he's 12.
So you just don't have a standard. He'll be fine.
Don't worry about him. Like driving, he's already got big feet. I think he's gonna have like gigantic feet when he's gonna have a hard time getting it. Like
he's gonna be taller than you.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a giant.
Yourself.
He's gonna be a giant.
He's gonna be a bigot.
My older kid's already taller than me,
Yeah.
and this one is way higher on the growth chart than him. My older son's 6'5".
He's gonna be right there.
This one's gonna. I don't even know. It's hard to feed these dudes. It's out of control. Before we get into the daily lines, I got to tell you, this place, this was smart. Have you ever heard of a place called Barrel and Bones?
Barrel and Bones. That sounds like a fine bar.
It's a restaurant and bar, a barbecue restaurant and bar in Farmers Branch, Texas.
I know Farmers much. That's the ghettos of North Dallas. Brookhaven Country Club.
There
right
you go. Well, they said we're back in the Mavs, and this, I'm guessing, ended up being a brilliant marketing ploy. That they didn't like. It's one of those when you don't have to pay off on something.
Oh, one of those deals, like a Mattress Mac. If they win, everybody gets their furniture free, kind of stuff. Right.
Here's what they said: if the Mavs win Game 5,
well, that didn't happen.
Right. So you can already tell they didn't have to pay this off. All open restaurant and bar tabs will be comped for patrons who stay through the end of the game. You have to be at the restaurant through the final buzzer to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is...
I've heard that happening more than often. That's becoming a thing.
That's very smart of them. I think they knew that the Mavericks weren't going to win. And they said, you know what?
They listened to us. They knew.
Yeah, Rob knew. I was like, I don't know. I kind of knew they were going to lose. I thought maybe they could keep it within 7.
But I'm seeing this more and more where I'm sure the owner of the Barrel and Bones had some action going on the other side.
They probably did.
To cover it.
That you think drove up to Oklahoma and something on DraftKings or something?
Well, I'm sure it was legal.
Yeah, they would only do it the right way. I don't think
Barrel and Bones would do anything illegal to...
Probably went up to Choctaw.
Probably.
But yeah, they had a bunch of people there. I'm sure people were slamming beers or whatever.
Back until I saw the tip. And
damn it.
We close it out.
About the end of the first quarter, you're like, water, please. Drinking nothing but water.
Go to the other side of the menu, baby.
Yeah, this is
the hors d'oeuvres.
Things aren't looking as good as we. Now, what would have been really ballsy if they said, "Hey, you come in, you pick the winner, and we'll, if your team wins, you get the free food." But instead, they got all this business and didn't have to pay it off. So
Barrel and Bones, good for them. They
well played,
all at the same time.
Well played. All right, let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
This is the worst pitching day I think we've had since we've been doing this.
Well, let's wait. Let's start with hockey.
Okay. I don't know how to bet hockey other than I expect the Panthers to win. So how do I bet appropriately?
-140. Panthers win. They are favored -140 to get the job done.
It's too much to bet to win anything. So what's next?
You bet $1.40 to win $1. Total 5.5.
That's a lot.
Seems a lot. Well, the last game ended up going over. But more often than not, this Panthers goal, and particularly at home, I think I'm probably going to be on under again. All right, Major League Baseball.
Look at these lines. Look at these matchups. This is the first time this year that I legitimately think if we went sum total wins and losses of all the pitchers scheduled to start, it might be 2-1 losses to wins.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Cardinals, Marlins, we got Lynn and Munoz, 2-3 and 1-2. Mariners, Guardians, we got Miller. Hey, you coming in as the best guy going today at 5-5. McKenzie 3-3 with an ERA of 4.10. Padres, Phillies 5-4. King, congratulations. Nola 8-3. That's our matchup of the day. Trey
Turner back for the Phillies, by the way,
which will help. Did Thompson get thrown out for a game after?
I don't think so.
Okay. And the next matchup with the Reds, Lodolo 7.
He's solid.
He looks solid. But
Bailey Falter,
good pitcher on a bad team.
Paul Skeens got the job done yesterday. Boy, did he! Only 7 strikeouts though.
Well, the film's out.
Soft.
Is it now? Seriously, is Keens a ground ball hitter?
He's a strikeout. He's a power pitcher. So yeah, he's just going to blow by you. Okay. Yeah.
Look out next game then. If they're starting to get him, wait for a game. He's going to get roped.
They didn't hit him. He just didn't strike out as many.
Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty bad matchups here. I get the Astros. Well, you know what? First, let's talk about the Mets.
Did you have the Mets and over yesterday?
That's a decent pitching matchup in Arlington. The Mets are at the Rangers. Luis Severino going for the Mets, 3.12 ERA. Michael Lorenzen going for the Rangers. The Mets, apparently since Grimace threw out the first pitch.
Now, when you say Grimace, are we talking about
McDonald's big purple Grimace?
I thought that guy was dead. Or Grimace was like
no. Remember they did the
mascot.
Grimace milkshake last year.
Oh, that's right. They brought Grimace back. I thought he had been long past in the mascot thing.
I tried to get that Grimace milkshake and I couldn't get it. I guess they had low stock on it. I wanted that Grimace shake and I just could never get the purple milkshake. It's so typical that McDonald's ice cream machine didn't work.
So Grimace is a good luck charm.
Apparently so.
All right. Well, 14 runs yesterday.
6-0. 6-0 the Mets.
Ride
since
that wave.
Grimace threw out the first pitch.
I'm in.
I mean, that's a good wave to ride. They're minus 110 both ways.
Not a lot to ride, but
so if you trust Grimace, you go with the Mets today. You know what? You know who I trust today? The Houston Astros. I'm trusting them. This might make me feel stupid, but they're playing the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't bet against the White Sox at any price.
Did it go to 14? How far did they go?
They got to 14.
14. Well done, Chicago.
The Houston Astros are minus 210 favorites with Framber on the mound. Cannon, great pitcher named Cannon, pitching for the White Sox.
Probably just throws.
Chances are good he sucks. So even at minus 210, White Sox aren't. What are they going to do? Win a game? Yeah, right.
Well, it's always time to start a new streak. So let's maybe go for 15. And you can't get to 15 without 2. Let's lose 2 in a row.
God, how about this total in the Dodgers-Rockies game? 11. Total of 11.
Coors Canaveral, reborn.
I guess so. Walker Buehler, once looked at as the ace of the Dodgers staff, since he's come back from injury, I think he's given up at least 4 runs in every game. His ERA is at 4.64.
This is a matchup, baby.
Austin Gomber at 4.26. Both these guys 1-4. Something's got to give, brother.
Which is the bad pitcher on a good team or the good pitcher on the bad team? One is each.
Yeah. I don't. Buehler's struggling. I mean, it's hard to bet the Rockies here, but I don't want to bet Buehler at minus 182. He's 1-4. He's been no good. I know this. He's on my fantasy team. He's not good.
The last time Gomber was out, he went up against the Twins and got roped.
Yeah, I don't see anything there. Angels have been playing well. I think they've won their last 6 home games. They're plus 120 today against the Brewers.
I like this one.
Canning against Myers. So if you're into that, there you might have. You know what? Here's a good pitching matchup: Logan Webb and Justin Steele. Giants at the Cubs. Justin Steele.
I'm telling you, I like this Tobias Myers run. He had a good outing last out. Got another. There's your money right there.
Okay, you like the Brew Crew?
I like the Brew Crew. Brewers Tobias Myers. Another strong outing last week, coming back in. I think he's going to do it.
The Brewers are pretty good.
Where is Edwin when we need him? That's his team, baby.
I hear I got a good pitcher on a bad team. Jake Irvin for the Washington Nationals.
You got the bad team, right?
3.0 ERA, 3.00, 5-5 on the season. I mean, that's pretty damn good.
Hey, I'm on my prize picks here. You're going too fast for me.
But also, I mean, the Nationals are better than I thought they were. They're 35-36. They're better than the Astros. Better than the Rangers.
Are we allowed to say things like that?
Yeah. Baseball teams in Texas suck right now, except for your fighting Texas Aggies. Don't do that, please.
Sorry. Did I do that out loud?
Yeah, everybody heard
realized that jumped out.
Everyone heard that. It was weird. Because we won't be here tomorrow, I'll give you the golf odds for the Travelers. The odds that Rory's playing in it, 0.0.
Off the board. And Travelers is always a fun tournament.
He was 7-1. He was the second favorite in that tournament. He decided to back out because he's mentally beaten and bruised and battered. And he said, you know what? I need some time away. I need to get my thoughts together before I go play in the Scottish Open.
The vaunted Scottish Open.
So your favorite, still the favorite, now even bigger of a favorite than he opens, No surprise, Scotty Scheffler, who opened at 5-1, is now plus 350. Guy stunk it up this last tournament, and now it's like, you get 3.5 to 1 on him. Xander Schauffele, 724 plus 724. Your third favorite, Colin Morikawa, at plus 1100. You know what? Respect. Ludwig Åberg
back in all those guys that led all
13
week.
to 1.
And all of them, Morikawa and Åberg, those are the two that I'm going to pay attention. I don't know what the Travelers is going to look like. I don't know what the course will be like, but those two short game was enough to win a lot of money.
Let me give you one more.
All right.
Ooh, this guy was kind of flirting with the leaderboard all week too. He's 28 to 1 right now. Tony Finau.
Big hitter, Tony. Big hitter.
Big Tone. Tony, they like to call him. And finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you about the odds in the WNBA, the Ladies Basketball League, the LBL. That's what they're going to be called when the NBA breaks away from them. It's going to be the LBL. The Connecticut Sun, minus 13.5
over
the LA Sparks.
Ooh, this is a good game.
Oh, yes. Anytime you got a 13.5 point spread, it's a good game.
So Cameron Brink, if she has a game, could win us some money.
She could.
I mean, you just got to keep it under 13.
The Sun are the best team. So
yeah, they are.
I'm not messing with Cameron Brink here. And Libbity Bibbity, the New York Liberty.
They're not the best team?
No, they're 12-2. Connecticut's 12-1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're the two best teams. New York, a 5-point road favorite at Phoenix at Mercury.
Is Brittany playing?
Yeah. You trying to take the dog here?
I don't know. Brittany doesn't seem to have much, but she's an Olympian.
I think Diana Taurasi's on that team too.
Well, she's also an Olympian.
Yeah.
So,
a 6-time Olympian.
They're going to lose.
But you know about, how dare you? They're going to win the whole thing. They're going to be gold medalists. There you go. There's your look at
those old ladies
the
that were
daily
sitting over
lines. There. Well, like I said, we're out tomorrow.
Celebrate appropriately.
That's right. Regina Gel, Joe Reinigal, his show will be coming on at 2. No Jason Minnick still. He's caught in a snowstorm. But we'll see you on Thursday. We'll huddle up again. We'll talk some sports. We'll talk some stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, friends. San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.